Facebook. And me person me dedicate to sign with my home. A special one. Sorry, and son and Raya Nanado Akufo-Addo na and Ryan birthday. Seriously, I don't know his birth date. And man to be bia and now we are yana me producer can't hear me. So at least belated happy birthday. Ura wajem kwa odo basa seso.
FM 100.5. 100.5.
Oh, Nana Bobie Ansah on the Citizen Show. Stay with Nana Bobie Ansah. All the politics you can know on Accra FM 100.5. Tune to the Citizen Show. Nana Bobie Ansah. Yeah.
Nana kwabenabobieansah berema be meti gara furukube puntimpuna si sokode no wakanchira katabin say you wati unkensen kwabena keja guma mne yanko.
Oh, Nana Bobie Ansah on the Citizen Show. Stay with Nana Bobie Ansah. All the politics you can know on Accra FM 100.5. Tune to the Citizen Show. Nana Bobie Ansah.
Nana kwabenabobieansah berema be meti gara furukube puntimpuna si sokode no wakanchira katabin say you wati unkensen kwabena keja guma mne yanko.
Wa mabe aborna wum lahabal nyaxsim asbir dalab kurga yo point ne pregale Nana kwabenabobieansah muni nyatin ban yabga ka borna ay wum ya to nyaxsim ko twekane ban la akum nana bobieansah ka bugum lahabal suma tingban yabga Nana Bobieansah muni nyatin ban yabga o twekane kan yarama o twene bjelba atia nyanwu nyanyu otwegba onyelo mabia Nana Bobieansah tingban yabga nyu.
Nana kwabenabobieansah berema be meti gara furukube puntimpuna si sokode no wakanchira katabin say you wati unkensen kwabena keja guma mne yanko.
Inkuku ya kabang adibiara durefu ya wofre na fu na nso ya asase durefu ya wofre ni siw adenti efisa asase ne panyin opanyin ne hina opanyin ne kwabenabobieansah ansa sasere kukuku da bi ochi mekwan no di nkampro obebare bia na wabebare daily graphic ne daily guide memunsam asai magana fu eje na kurum muntie eje ntetirichi onamo so adoto nsura akorokraw gana fu se ubeshi akwache wo kwanchen no bema achenchen ache wo kwanchen de eni ankako awruko chakra chenchen no ma ne yechen achenchen na se poto ni be poto kasa mafia na efi potofi nti gana fu ntie bobie se obi abo ma wabo ni bi mu watu bobie na obi so obesan abo bia boni bi na dan obobia gana fu beti amanyesem sempa bobie wona gana fu nanti ubiribiri wona won nanti umprempren mo nanti ubiribiri nanti umprempren.
All right, so that's it. Live at Accra 100.5 Citizen Show. Another Thursday, right? Okay, so Thursday afternoon, and Ajuma Bebra Wahaya Be. Yes, one more year, taxes no, bills no, 5, right? Taxes makunum. One more person, one more Juma, our parliament. And I know say omo oswa omo yenwa juma yenko check your report no quickly our parliament na yenhwe adekra koso our parliament say omo yeden ewo ho various omo yende. Okay, so I see our reporter our parliament. More about Johnny on Facebook. Thank you. Ibrahim Abdul Karim Jabbar. Or say I don't know. I think say Opeso or can't Baumia funds to finance something. Minim edin or minim ni pakro. Oh, okay. So a person oka LGBTQ or whatever. Okay. So a person say a source of fundraising. Fine. Okay, Hafsat Kasim. Then we have Abu the Way. Your friend is saying, many of send a message. Yes, Shasha Blank says, Bobie, you are the only what? Brave presenter in Ghana. You say it as it is. Please tell that fake pastor who has prophesied that JDM can never win the 2024 general elections. Okay, so let's leave this man out of the equation. Now, issues about, look, Shasha, let me tell you, there are guys, it's not about who is brave. It's about, Ghana, me tia taxes. Me free Mali. Akufo-Addo cannot be a Ghanaian more than me. He cannot be an Akan more than me. He cannot be an Ashanti more than me. So I don't know why. And if say even John Mahama and Teswa, John Mahama cannot be a Gonja more than any Gonja, or a Ghanaian than any Ghanaian. The fact of the matter is say me tia tax. And I say me timi kasafa me tax one. Eto anu me to nsuo. Yeteme me to we ya yeteme me send sika kra from mobile phone so ma me maame a yeteme and aban so the sika na ba be ya adwuma aban no eye hwan a eye Akufo-Addo they tell you na ye nyina ya aban ye nyina nya aban. You see omo use some taxes bi awo ye so ache ye nyina nya aban omo bu fuel free omo ntua light bill. They don't pay light bill, they don't pay water bill. Almost clothing allowances. Me nibi. Me no me no. Ya wutie me awie no. You don't have that privileges. They have it. Enti ye ka aban no aye omo a do responsibility so am say ye nyina ya aban. Na dia na also wo ye de aboa. I mean what are you talking about? But you see, as usual, they always think say ye nimu nyansa. Enti na nanom share politics as no mu use some sugar coated and near maybe no mo de aye sa bepemene. Enti oya ni aka kire wo so dia na wo ya ma wo man ye nyina ye aban. You know, ye nyina ye aban. So Shasha issue no nye wan na wa akokoduro. Issue ne say me ya Ghana ni me jimi hu di say me ya Ghana ni. Se me tua tax ma so obi ebe da Ghana for so obetimi ahwe ye taxes so aye oman ni yie na se metua me taxa se ni party confro eye private jet. I need to question the person. Say wadwene ye kama adwene da otim no more dam. I should be able to question you. So me taxes so me taxes. Nasa obi ede a command na rekoto bag $30,000. No, I will question the person. And Johnson GH, let me address this issue. So Sasha, and yes, obi ebu du chain will be no. That is not. I mean the conversation here. When you go to Peace FM, Class FM, City. Joy, Adom, Hot FM, Top Radio, or Man FM. There are similar, I mean, guys are omutimika or mwagini. But Obia was said he was Guinefa. You understand? Depending. Yati Kromwa, at a point in time, in the 80s, in the 90s, yes, Kwakuba, omutimi, sorry, against a soldier buying. Today, Enyema is worse than Ronan's times. But you never hear from Kwaku Bako, Sheshe, Akutampa, Nom, and all those guys. No. Because right now, and he too almost direct. In fact, almost down for the president. What they are saying. So they are safe. They are okay. The brutality is a cause wa assignment no. Omubusu ni bia nim. So that time Kwaku was just fighting for himself. That's all. Akutampa nom ne kradu aprakunom those days na nakredo aprekunu mo ba asante mampo be dada ye no SK buafo no ene Kufuado ne nkro sata ne Kufuado krade ono wonka ho ono se nansia no obem onye obi asa you know omo ba mampo adubu ahe sata adubu ahe obeda asante mampo no mo ba obeda dan se ya asante 4 verses agbefo no mbeda da se Rollins no ya frankrofo bi Jelukope mafias you know no mbaba da say Rollins ekopoase oni ma me wata kodi nkomo na kwaku baako akwakoye Photoshop akwa those guys omo ye criminals ache o okoye Photoshop na Rollins through say no or the ma me wata esa friends ma me wata picture na to no ye fish no now or omo de asiso no they are two crusading guide him na circulate wa Ashanti region omo de bi kokọ commerce schools directors no omo de bi church yen koda na nyina say Rollins any ma me wata akoye meeting opoase you know so sometimes omo Ashanti region I don't blame them just say we will be a what you mu da ho like you want to know everything you open your mind say obati bibia say Ansah no hu say say na asem ne tie we obi a wadwene mu ha kakra bia no got the kind of brainwashing yeah akoso from the 70s 80s 90s you know very tough endi me pacha shasha enye issue no but obi send me message be what I say I don't know how our technical team they are going to deal with it. Me on several occasions the man for our frame that Accra FM about 2 o'clock the station gets jammed. Omo Simon ebi frame and even in the morning show too has the same problem. I don't know whether it's the antenna direction. I don't know whether the us day in and day out. Let's come back to business. Now I am Ramedim Komo. So Noah Tete say may God Almighty protect you. Thank you so much, Noah Odoko for and Momo Del Roni. Paul says Bobie Cry FM. Okay, so let me check it. Wow. Hey, yes, steady. Okay. So Paul says Accra FM has become the house of the hard truth. Thank you, Paul. And some people are sanity, almost said that, and almost this aboneno. Nessa so says good afternoon, Bobie. Okay, so I don't know what you are talking about. Theophilus was saying, and Theophilus is asking, do you know that LGBTQ plus can approve it in Parliament under the leadership of Alban Babin? And Alban Babin, the NDC foreign crowd, they don't trust him now. They don't trust him. And the mayor Jumebi ewo Parliament wo, mayor Jumebi wo Parliament wo. Kwajofi Agbe now o send this side the commander. Are you aware that testers and serial callers of the NDC are on strike? Well, me person me comment was awesome. Me person me can be into the yenja man call Christian Aboatin connected from Adenta. All right, thank you, Christiana. Ya Montesquieu, David Amekplenu, David Apomausi. Thank you so much. You have been my pillar, David. Anywhere, anytime, any day, you are there for me. and I'm grateful. Your fans ni bi wa. I mean, omo achede anyame de omo acheye that anywhere you find yourself. Me, I know some fans bi wa. They followed me from Hello FM in Kumasi. Even some of them followed me from Love FM when I was just like 22 years to Hello FM, to Asempa FM. Even when I built my own radio station in Akosomo, just because of me, some of them they can't get the station, so they would drive to Akosomo just to come and listen to the station and just drive back to Accra. I know them, and here the same people are showing up. And one way ya beka se bi anipa no ni bibia or bibi the person just like you nyame na yi na ma okeke ye wa boafo bi wo ha obi wo ha won shia wo da. The person just decided that look, he or she wants to be there for you any day, any time. And I keep on telling people that look, after a 2016 election, then they decided to burn down my radio station. The first question me busa me say, how am I going to survive? How? I don't know how. But you see, sometimes God knows and understands. Adebia o ebia no tiase na onim chen di nipa nim. Ogboro says, Commander, I just fell in love with you 2 years ago and I love you too much. Thank you so much. No true today. All right, so that's okay. So this guy, the guy be war, America, banks, banks, and I know say we will team me. A very fantastic guy. Any day, anytime, this guy will just show up for me, and I'm like, whoa. So yeah, we know your fans know mobile your pages no. Me pamcho mediki aka. Ya be new anyway. All right. So all right, so the point is YouTube, no YouTube page is still there, but your Facebook page you just type in. I'm out for sending me messages, and I'm tired. Mom send me messages about Takrade. I will give you the company CEO number. Alhaji Agongo, he is the owner. Mimbi Station. I'm not the owner. So, and I'm tired with the calls and. Anajukra no beef fro, Takrade no beef fro, Kumas no beef fro. Oh, Oiwa. You see, Francis Humble, a Duamosa, Cecia will be as send it on Facebook page. Yeah, I've been explaining myself, sir. I've idiot, to be honest, my breath. More beyond test me phones will be more beyond Busami Bio. Okay, governor says, boss, we day 15 years, all right, I see. Kwajo say, I don't get notifications. What is wrong? And I make a choice, your Facebook page, nipa da senya. I don't know, I can't tell, because me sign my women tiase, and I hope our IT team no debate me at church. I don't understand the whole matter. So, no, I tell you, Bobie, a man picked me yesterday. I'm a taxi driver, and a man picked me yesterday while my radio was on Accra FM. He asked me to change it to Peace FM, and I refused. And he told me that then he is getting down. So I also stopped the car for him to get down. Number 2 Accra FM. All right, no, I tell you, thank you. Oya LGBTQ phone bia, oya bia, oya kufa do no microphone bia. Omon pen no krano, they don't want to listen. And no krano, and it's time for contonji. Thank you. Also, your guy. Omo person betie no kure na ade kura no a esi no they don't want to understand it. And me nua bi frɛ me pomponsuo Messi waba or Germany no aba Ghana na no frɛ me. Na nadamfo so ye NDC ni na also nadamfo no ka chen so ye NDC ni no so ni nua na me so o frɛ me na ye di nkomo. Na nadamfo no say oh commander ni say ye tweno ba ebe support to NDC o. And I was say no, there are some microphone na ye wo mo offense so asante mampon afijase adweso sa enclave dum ye de ye asem ye twintwaye o. Asem ye twintwaye ye nti hwe ase. But you see na me shase na me catch on. You can't blame them. Won't me for blame them ma because the kind of brainwashing omo de maye ye wo was our enclave no ma they say na the narrative no esesa the narrative no esesa ye wo ye wo ye in the 70s 80s no the kind of things they will tell you about Rawlings and NDC lies and throw some of the issues today. Say me come and pour me grandparents sometimes I ask them in the side we are mokache in the 80s no mon kan kre no kre then they no more sre say ne Rawlings na no so onyebi ono so na Rawlings no onyebi and today Akufo-Addo ye worse things worse tell me Boboni bia Rawlings PNDC, AFRC, PNDC, and Bobie, and I made the idea about to Facebook, and I was telling Madame Fubako, said Metro to Facebook, NDC power monfa. That NDC should start organizing lectures. They should start organizing lectures on your friend say the way Akufo-Addo is using the military against civilians, against even government institutions. The NDC should start. Then NDC needs strategy. That sometimes it's so sad. NDC they don't have strategy. They have people who can put on nice clothes. They shave. They say omodi bibia dane a photo shoot. They go for photo shoot. No more. Bema kura no sign any no picture. Bema no sign any no any rete no picture. A serious national executive party leader, you have time to go for photo shoot. A man no cry gas no cry the end yanka. I Francis also Accra FM Facebook page is now difficult to find. I mean, yeah. I know there's sabotage in the system, but I don't care what happens. Let's concentrate. And this new strategy, they don't have strategy. They don't have lobbyists. You don't need to go to Abrochiro, no for lobbyists and access strategies. The Omaba. You look within your system. You pick sharp guys. You pick sharp guys. They work for you. It's a baby than a photo shoot. Almost your pictures say done in a chino chat, no done any they don't have any strategy. They don't have strategy. Look, Masa, at the end of the Abba na Abba, what do you do? and sometimes when you listen to them, it's like Ghana for no Ghana for no ehunu de eye na say Ghana for no de they stop campaigning, stop doing anything as a political party and go and sit to him. Ghana for no will come and call you. A simple common sense. So simple. You don't need to have the party leadership. Party leadership to make me decide a man shenkrofobia. Organize lectures for Kufuado Chini, for Bawomia Chini, Mumfon Chini Ghana. Look, even 2015, Kwajo 2015, 2016, yet Kroma, Abeka 2 years to elections, now Bawomia Etimia Chini, a university say what Ghana Hanyina, organizing lectures. Organizing symposiums. Ha! Omo free school we no more kwa. Omo free ha no more far. Omo pick one issue. They are on it. Nana kwa so podium mami o. Just a minute. Nana. So podium mami. Omo free ha no omo kwa. Omo free ha no omo kwa. Yati kromu a. Yasi abentwa. Bantwa emakosam enata into obi koyeku ya china tuma ya ne basa sa as to what killed McPalm nobody knows. And Akufo-Addo somebody has died as a political prisoner. Ewo Kroma and this issue statement they nothing. It's like, oh, I see, and then this in quality church say where there a national issue. Hey, really? Anyway, my parliament, but I'll come back to this matter. And he said, now when me about drew just hold on. Mercy about on this matter, but my main parliament, Nana Kwaku, parliamentary reporter, Nana Akwaba. All right, so now yes, almost say taxes maku enumbi wa ehon komodie because am I right?
Yes, with this alternative.
Okay, so tell us what is happening there.
All right, Commander, you know, I said now they are the former team. And to see an multi-nation master plan, I say that it's say it's not putting now. Then I say commercial. Well, when you say about issues within time, no, delay part of the rules. Instead of more workers, they are mastered their own rules. The time of the class, and now one control more time. So nobody tells them to start from this time or end at this time. They can sit at that time, they close at this time at their own convenience. I'll be sure you or my they can do so. And there 5 minutes me and second of the speaker, number one chairman MP for Kwabena and what can I say? Our daily statement of proceedings, I shall say. Now the entire actually said they can taxes upon them and also entrenched positions so abem. And national or more photography last year once I started budget near the Adinano and but what to me be or might me and be it's a revenue, but maybe almost be and after so fees and charges near the Adination or more actually and fees and charges no better I know and I'm invest school fees now cost or more can one seven and then that is the end results and now bills. I know the UTC are buying in government institution, maybe I'll call hospital first there, OPD, near charge of 10 cities, two near the other, and no more other in our discussion. More to me, so between the absolute two, no more to a 30% or maybe 15%. I know between the other two. Tinama and then school fees will be no decision. Acting across society, peace and charity, so now that is a while. Ansah tax stamp amendment bill. I don't know what it is, but now so or more have said, or more a day. Now, number some cat, your brain, a church attack is me. Now, my chief committee here, and the hand could be now social dance to be that. My consultation there, the Tiaseka Academy, and on the day ever 2 at 4. Exercise tax stamp, no, amendment bill, no, the actually say, items you or tax no and cover. But to say no, or what is our item that the come I this item will be a couple. It's you or item you are a bear taxable. And I feel so finished with that this war. ABC, I'm on a neighbor, so man has to we are not taxes on cover. But about the day sometimes at the end of the day, no tax not at the so a another duty amendment, the SID amendment, the other constitution page, and I pay income tax amendment bill, and so on. Income tax amendment bill, and so on. And why more and the high, as to say that, who ended no, and no now, which you are with the show on which you bill. I think the old, the old second, the plus rate, but you know, the decision where may I mean you take it easy and come with it. Would you consider there any of the counters? Now I say, differentiate obesity. The poor and the rich, no, and that's how the house. And they all have a small clauses being a while, clauses to now one every idea also. And see, who necessary or more growth and sustainability lady deal. Growth and sustainability lady deal. What is it? How do you need to meet today? Because the later they certainly will be each other. It is up now. I'm a government revenue. You also are. Obekaya, answer now. Port no more Kahwas and almost can be a mercy. Yeah. I was a almost can be refume. Oh, this what I got more important on the car. And I say, sorry, as I buy no as them to tax be near the other or TB so the B suit. I forget that word, sorry to. But I don't know more I say. Almost so a bit of one, not only BSC, which one is taxable. But now, the Boama Barredo shoot it up. And the other Kukaka, and the money woman, them about show now. These are the taxes. What I'm say, everything approve and what's not. I am some back right to say. My 94, so this time I'm not taking trend position on some of the taxes, even though amendment no more the abane will be the challenge your mother cannot. And the other crown a big about to and here crosses by crosses your better one back. And yeah, business in the say almost any man share your money, there be a tax a initial. It's a motion 49. They were actually. But I want to be very money at any time. They can even start from the end to you can be I don't know, but here say, but the thing say Ombe Bine, the command commodity, my Ombe Bine, then I may have to ma, so the most controversial part of my bitchina. But still now, Casa Ebuso cost to say, minority for no, and so almost stand, I won't be because the corner of my new year revenue. And so with me, a day a court, and now, it's so a part of IMF condition. Yeah, that's how my name, yes, I do. IMF on the bed and some of the meeting. I get to meet me a coin, Saka, $3 billion near. Yes, I bet the amount. But more minority for so near said, yeah, Kwabena complain massa and never win them. But what they were seeking to do, no first, and come to meet 3 minutes as well, they are. Anka omuja we man ko but man jinya 10 minutes so man won so koto abanama no
but kwaku we minority nyansa bia nim ade no your friend is saying, Crawford, one and more cassette, one more doors on a crown. Moi, say, moi, I'm a more approval. She says, I'm Crawford, no, but so many taxes, Mom, dear Bomino.
I don't know. And
it's a tax, the who approve, we in Ansah Benu. Even the point is, Obia Crania ready so Quaco support to minority NDC for parliament says any almost
secret ballot will be a cotton number.
No, I'm saying something on principle. That Obia knew that say or support to NDC for say whether they will approve it or not. Whether they approve it or why? Now they say Omo approval at to force and a bush of 4 tardy, Muslim tardy. So, but I think
but wouldn't say that approval we know. Because the last time I know Casa or SDS of the Casa, Omoya now for my Casa, there be now for yes, and when I could buy because then Kwaku
say you don't understand it well. Sabita Frache, media grow with watch it. Adam for the Obiano be I Adam for free to
the comment, I saw a can say.
What I listen to me, and you're based
on friendship.
And your friendship, Sana wo, or Macama, what you say. One way, what deeper you know the crown the any partner funeral then I was a friendship. Why not go to Abanama from NDC side or go to Abanama MP say we're not one city? What are you talking about? And I make us say, Obi to say Muntaka. Listen, Obi to say Muntaka, eh? Many Muntaka started Hello FM. I know Muntaka more than you know him.
I know.
There are certain things I know you don't know. Almost and yet, now, who guys are wine the chroma Kwame despite here in the town for? What was the can or what time for that? So they will tell you, oh, I am madam for just to cover up. But I am monetary gains. Masa, a drusika a town for the whole. Kwagu and the
say, politics is a boy. So that is what the problem is. But the point is, see, then which means we are breeding criminals. So, Commander, we are some cases. Yes, there be a boy and that is why to date there are criminals. Oh, but Commander, I hear you. Me offer me. We na me offer say G2 so no offer say G2 so na when your court case na me na dance bi no mo so me di me from go tia wa ni from go tuma ba go di say obi atawade wakowia aban sika di kosi school ama nkola nya mwatena wo na evidence no wo braba be kan ye mpanish na wo say wo che 1 cedi so wafa $1 million na eye o da bi we ne kro no asam ne ye kan ye ka say say no wacha made no wafa no enya kura me kuro bi no ye nyina mampon kontonchi ne firi so na wa ni firi ne firi mo enu ama charge we fi piche a wo tra wo fi na be bi ne firi one me am bi abura wasoma me am wafa
that is the reason why criminals are those one system. That is the problem. That even look when you go to the Western world o ma me kuro be inama o ma me ono ane ma me kura so adi bone no nko a obeyi wama. That is the only way to be sanitizing the system.
The commander, this I will say, police paying me coffee watches. They don't police COP. Ethiopia could be watching by adrenaline maybe and pass a pine call.
What you say?
Yeah, now and the corruption never you.
You're not pretty criminals. And then
So
MPP
we
NDC.
have to change our culture first.
That is why MPP and DC are done criminals.
Okay.
Yeah, that is where the problem is because at the end of Obi and me for the next one can say, look, this is the situation.
Exactly.
What do you say? Obi have say Obi Adam for new Obi. Oh, wait, the minion no. Menene ne kwa sorry. Na say crowd dey see Freemason for do mo abagim. Ube share Obi a politician bia ko Freemason. And as you say so much for another plan. Omo onye elder ewo ICGC a oye elder ewo Duncan Williams wo ana say ajiasare. NDC for the kwa ajiasare pa. NDC for the kwa ajiasare. NMPP for no kwa ICGC. And so what they do is that no. Even now, so for DB, Duncan Williams mean DB. They are all part. Obu I was said ko Freemason, say be obesi otumfo, go otumfo ko Freemason. Enti asemba ya no drimika. Mase Magdan me no no mo dia ye. Omo said that omo join ku basa. Enti na be pie parliament no. So now it would come to a point drug dealers will take over the country because we a business partner, we business, and that will be the end.
And look, no, it's not even in Ghana. I didn't take Africa as a whole. No, you break a fair part. No.
Anyway,
but as to how to deal with it, no, to deal with this cancer, no, I can't say, and only answer, no.
Yeah, and answer no because people like you, a reporter who believe we say Obi Adam for no Obi.
Oh no. I'm pushing with themselves.
Nothing.
But I'm American, I'm American. I'm American. Pushing. I understand this animal believe in corruption, but we need evidence to say we are quite anyway, all right. Before I can say that, I have to see no evidence.
All right, okay. That's almost starting my entry.
But I'm to be on the course.
All right, okay. All right.
So I'll let you know.
Sure, all right. Yeni Emmanuel was saying so Abedru Ghana ima Akwaba. Then Nyamia say or the Emmanuel was in a too quiet. Then Akono dinaba. All right, so Namanu Gusua me ka asembi Kwame. I was just talking about sa Nieman kiting. And I think sir Kwabena can some de so. You see, we live in a society yadi adamfo ne nuane obete yes Samuel Koko Freemason and wakofa Eastern Regional Youth Organizer former youth organizer and why no so onuzuko Freemason enti ono ni nua eni ena we su ni we ekọ Anglican and you say na Rollins kwa Anglican e for those kwa Anglican na so for no so and no mo ya damfo and na we zuzu ni we na we omo kwa achimota and ebo mu na omo fira achimota no na omo mienu koda eye mpa ba akoso wo ehehe and oh eye say jiminu a say jiminu a na say o man no say jiminu we are coming there to form boko papa. Oh my lord, coming there to form boko, but say Jimmy na say o mine that won't be really penmun can't say look I dare no our year no and ya kama and ya correct. So they are supporting each other just to loot the country. And I was telling you about NDC strategy that they don't have strategy. Obi ba have a catch them say Facebook say oh say Kufrado and this or say and this intimi yet to say said the MPP here omo a campaign on lies no say Obi the watching Edin try why can't you also go around and say your truth? Why can't you go around and say your truth? And now, no strategy. No more jai no show. No strategy, even no they call parliament, you know. As of Thursday, last week, and any week. Now NDC in 24 years away. Say almost MPs nibi. A defected. They were aware. some of us we had information, first-hand information, and this belief say Bibia Kwakwa. Yes, you can talk about it on radio. Obi awa bona adwumu pose obedi bone no. Onsro radio. Obi awa bona adwumu pose obedi bone onsro radio. So you need to find a strategy. Why obi to say Ibrahim Mahama? Say and I me jo Mahama. Hey, na me dia me dabio. Efiani ebeye wa disappointing suni eye okojo to. You have somebody like Ibrahim Mahama. You can't let him lead the lobbying. I don't believe say Haruna Idrisu ekahon. But they just let's assume say Haruna Idrisu. You do so catch him say Haruna Idrisu will influence say Ibrahim Mahama. Ghana ha. How? The roll out and now we issue statement, unnecessary statement, warning people, commanding normal to say, when you are school for no, you need to have a strategy. You don't have a strategy. Then let's come back to this issue and I'm and Muntaka, but the Muntaka video no. All right.
Inkukuya kabang adibiara durefu ya wo fere na fu na nso ya asase durefu ya wo fere ne siw adenti efisa asase ne opanyin ne hira opanyin ne kwabena Bobie Ansah sasere kukuku da bi ochi mekwan no di nkampro obebare bia na wabebare daily graphic ne daily guide memunsam asai magana fu ege na kurum muntie ege ntetireci onamo so adoto nsura akorokraw gana fu se ubeshi akwache wo kwanchen no bema achenchen ache wo kwanchen de ene yankako awrukwa chakra chenchen no ma ne yechen achenchen na se poto ni be poto kasa mafia na efi potofi nti gana fu nti Bobie se obi abo ma wabo ni bi mu watu Bobie na obi so obesan abo obia boni bi na dan obobia gana fu beti amanye sempa Bobie wona gana fu nanti ubiribiri wona won nanti umpremprem mo nanti ubiribiri nanti umpremprem.
General body pains. Yan to join a year no ya. Near corner posuna poso. Hunamia. CD ointment. Inti few days shrimp a crop ya one of the CD capsules. Shrimp a crop one CD capsules no. Now the CD ointment and so a massage. Na many nabi wa he. Pharmacists, chemical and herbal shops. Boudoir from 050-5767-425 and 0209-682836. A pay for a batter one more manu for an kwadawa ni few dum yenunka. FDA. I shall say a dreading crowd to my jatum say.
Mira, not then Now, Fridgema by Yasa, why you say, Eddie Asemwa.
Finishi, my fork one, echo one anymore. Bosia Grammy, Pediami, Diabo Braswa, Minya B.
And yes, Eclipse Collateral Management for Abamaye, why your prime brokerage service. Nano said yet, so where Japadia now won't crater. Good to me, the crater, Eclipse Collateral Management. Naswobisu where Japadia, Ebiana and Crater, no any one of. Now all Pebosia, yet the woo crater, and yes, yet Chiba many pano edgebosia. Etia a home for Swama one crater, and you would get it free.
Hey, Nessa 1 year friend, yeah.
Oh, and money how cry. As Sansa was also where Japadia what they buy yetino, and none a bank in the beton. Wabra won't call the end cry.
Naturally, I mean, crater that demono. A bet me, I'm a mania sika, Wabra the Japadiano, and one can.
Sapa pepe. Ubehu Eclipse Collateral Management, Ewa Denta Pantai Junction, a Denta new site wa 0543-832466. Eclipse Collateral Management, think safety and decent income.
Salute! Hey! When was on your police in your draw? In Busaba Mesa, Abama Huadane.
Refuse to grow, and your offense will be count.
And what day immune system or Yankopon, and you're ready for Gadmusa Moya Hubano, and Nasa Wunum in Busaba Mesa, a Peja immune system, Nabribia. Ya Timu. Sasa dear, a man for the one, a di Imbusaba Mesa, do the one dance yes, and Yarwa who ran Nipa and Nina, a Timmy Banaso, and in Yarwa Cassian Kaya, Wutini D and a home car. Now you want suing, you know, a boy who buy every home. And now one pa, one Yarwana Dada, no monum doctor in Rono, and no Imbusaba Mesanoa, and Moma who are deep in tea. Ya woman Timpose, Yaria Ashomo, Imbusaba Mesa, and walk Kaisi, and you may move Bia your toe in row at 0246 208496. MDA, Ashisha said, Jadian Cratry, what Jatu say,
why, Wura? Always Wura. Why does her quest to save her gold and business leave us hungry, unemployed, and broken? Why?
Don't miss the new drama series, Wura, where everything is fair game. Watch as Wura does whatever it takes to own it all. Only on Showmax. Sign up now at showmax.com.
Nana kwabenabobieansah. Berema be meti garafuru kube puntimpunasi sokode. No wakanchira katabin say you wati unkensen. Kwabena keja guma mniyanko.
All right, my main cover callers for the day 0302208090. Tell me, and Yama Koso, my Munano, my main form for against Ansah question discussions. And I say 0302208090. Yanko Farman for against hello. Okay. Hello.
Hello, come.
Pacha first of free.
FM, Madame.
Pacha Yanko.
I come up. Thank you. Na en pinama ko etno. Ye go. Yes, from hand.
So baby Ojana any fetch me. My main confirm that hello. Yes,
good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Baba, in some of our executives was over the secretary. Come on, I didn't get any hope. Because you call your internal election. The thief, I didn't get young woman over there, someone and
you need to keep on pressing on them to sit down and have that strategy. So I said, don't get here to me. The next 4 years, we will campaign against him for him to get out.
Oh, because saying some of the partners don't get your honor.
And some are to find or buy or baby or you now will be Garo.
Oh, Daddy, come now.
What question the me was out and some are to you know. A good for to buy with Garo, you now so be Garo.
A good for the day, you will be a kind of cut your gun up.
And it's a new say if you need to have a strategy, that's I will say you for some of yeah, and you want to buy ya. And this is the nipping.
Because maybe
question and this is the nipping.
Then Muamu be Musa critically executive media. That is your Koyani by.
And I say, what are you next or Taba or better about Jimmy?
Me Kwabena.
There be question. Me ba question. O ware wo yire. Na so be o de ne betra fie na so otabawa wonka every on na akọ no.
Oh, there be.
Ah, na ne nti wa afatoto. There be fatoto yansan ya wo kan ho. Wo de obi ba akonwa so because wo jiri se nipa ntimi nya so hwere nim na aka kire no. Enya sa. Hey, wa kwa ware wo yire de na ba betra fie. Wo se oba na de na betra fie no. Se o sabi wo di nkwasi asem kura na untimi nka adai a o se sa me kofa no na me do no. I mean, what is it? You should be able to tell the person, say, look, so want to be 4 years, I said don't get here to me and 4 years. We will get him out. You're there. Obi apa on recording and from Kobonche. No general mosquitoes or the politics as into him. Hello?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
George Boatin Kasi.
Yeah, George.
Your Excellency.
Your Excellency, whatever.
George Boatin, presidential candidate here.
Yo.
George Boatin.
Yo. Eja, yankoi.
Lawrence Asemna Wokan. Me pese will continue.
Yeah.
And no be na yen ya. Because near already party ni yen. John Mahama on to me yes at the end.
They ain't a walking. Rollins Assembly now walking.
Rollins Assembly now walking. Meet you no. My son message.
Which one?
Diana walking. And in Guasi the good Rollins no. Yeah, party for the good Rollins no.
And by some menka sa a kwakuba kuma sa na America. And which means 1 year.
Maintain ye. Hello, Bobie.
Which means 1 year.
You maintain ya fan on tour.
The young fan to eya bi wa sumne ti asem enti kwakuba kuma asema eni MPP for no eni ngwaso di gu na me ka ho asem ye wante no.
Okay, so man tie no a me pese wo kan ye.
Men ka de hold on. Men ka de ye.
Yeah. So kan ye Rollins Assembly. Nia kwakuba ko no egu Rollins eni wase no.
Nti George what you want da bia me ka asem a o se ya me ka asem too much. Asem kura wunya abotre no atie ni ye usimi be di president enti eyema asem kura ye tie kura wuntimi ntie usimi pese me be ya NDC flag bearer enti there be George photo shoot me say MPP for good animu as u be gina say a wo say edingwase NDC for di good no George wa kwaje MPP for sika ahwe yi o what be George Beba they say George what is jabotre we me no what be what this can be omo jiji eton NDC no ka ho woni alote
because
me say what ton NDC what ton NDC
Bobie utie me and now no utie me
me ka chiro ade no amoye no ahun obi ahwem din wo kromu asa no mu di bone o na bone no
esa Mahamanti
Mama okay
esedun ketia omo ma be power insa choa
enti Mahamanti na mu di NDC bone ana de wa Mahamanti na mu di NDC bone chese
ya bra ya pipa
George wo bra hin wo enti wa bra chen esedun ketia wa bra chen Mahama wa bra chen your friend say Joshua Labi wa brechen your friend say omo maka no wa brechen obia
you say na ye ya say the parliamentary omo ti parliamentar omo gigiska
George
party no social
what for George ya ti promo na party a owa ban mu ne nkrofo koto abati a omo speaker ya no so yan kan say
aha
da ya no so yan kan say
say ye party no a party ye to ye ho a ye unified party a ka ye party ni en consider ye ko ni say we are not unified
there you me say wo MPP for no aban mu omo wosikampo omo krofo koto aba eti omo speaker for the first time in history
I know there me MPP ni me NDC ni talking about my own party why we are not unified because of Nipa Bako I am Mr. Mahama why
George what go Jubilee House da
No Jubilee House. I want to make
It's a CIA who Jubilee House inside. Oh,
Sesia me need Jubilee House inside. Sesia me Catholic.
But I quite there Jubilee House.
Me quiet there or today. I want to hear me.
What do I?
So when you mamma be a control, me George watching.
Me say George, I go Jubilee House. Oh, quiet day.
Jubilee House every day.
Oh, quiet day.
Me quiet there say, you have one another. Abino.
So if you should put another name this for some trouble, baby.
Yeah, hear me. DC.
When was the last time only Baba Kamara Shia?
Baba Kamara.
When was the last time? Tell me.
Oh, me Kai.
George Ubekai. Mimpesa. George Ubekai.
Oh, me see. Mekaya. Tama. Atamus.
Debbie. George Mimpesa. George Mimpesa. Me say Jubilee House one okwa ye den wo so mo boa Kufuado. Now we know that we have elements in NDC omo boa Kufuado.
Yes, we are the part of the elements. You can call it traitor. You can.
Okay.
But
all right.
But Uchemi, we feel very bitter about our own party. Some people of our party call them enemy of NDC party. It is sad, you know. NDC party cannot move forward.
So concentrate and help Kufuado and Bawumia. Simple.
No. We still have our mother party. Our mother party is.
So NDC. Which means Muya group. Which means Muya group and a Mobwa Kufuado, right? Muya group.
And we are making sure, say, Akufo-Addo will continue because of Mr. Mahama.
Okay, and let me tell you, we will make sure someone in Beguase, Akufo-Addo in Beguase, Bawumia in Beguase, one in Beguase, Ama, won't be Piabon Timpo, George Watting, Mena Mekatro, Miss Mena Mekatro, George Watting.
NDC,
George Watting, Miss what would you group no? Or say because make me no ka say ya no be testing me free Jubilee House say oba ho de bia very good so we say want to mapa now the point they say eningwase no amo say be come Mahama so no e be ba mo so 10 times
on which way we
no amo si so no e yaw e ba yie e ya abro na aba mutrim and say eningwase no uni group no uni group no Baba Kamara no e be ba mo so 10 times Beba Moso 10 times.
Hear me. Oh, now MPP.
Yes, now MPP. Yes, now MPP.
You are not NDC.
Now I support NDC.
Yes.
No matter who will come and lead NDC, I think NDC is a better party.
You are not NDC. Who NDC?
I don't need to prove it to you. Say me NDC. But me see any day, any time, I'll vote NDC.
And you know, this is how you feel. We also feel bitter.
You are bitterness, no? Eya bonia modia edi moamoachi wunu group no alotejo comes no eya bonia modia edi moachi.
De boni ni edi yendi boni
Mahama e dey dem Mahama yo.
Mama ka chancho.
No, John Mahama why dey catch them. Yeah.
Mahama, come on, be a president. Yeah, and be a president.
One man be a president.
Yes.
How?
Man be a president.
How?
Now you are asking a question.
How?
Mahama, there's no near say Obama be a president.
George, what would DC cry fatal? What DC? When you go going to Onya Lotedumia, DC cry fatal.
It's the same.
Conscious by me, I could end this for picking or didn't cocoa. At Tamil's time, more DB. Say, Mahama Swaba, Mahama Banasa, on also so ending for a day and then Hammo.
Yeah, higher any say. Yenna. Yekosume fidia yenambenu kosie fidia yenambenu ne ekoshe
sir oma for our national security would you pay meboa?
Yes, of course, I will not deny.
George Martin won mu wi na mo abejira bonten say mo ye NDC for
yes we
enipa we na nanka was NDC for enya flag bearer eni say wo mo am nia wo mo ni ampam a won ka de kwa ye party no
obi a tibi pam mo NDC.
Check
record.
George Watson, Opa NDC Congress, we are Bema and in a security for no NDC Siasa, your mama, we are Bema Yabraho. Me down, who now on a security. Catch you, me so we are Bema Brown, never know about this George Watson.
Why?
Why say? Why say? One kind of pardon and I know I'm on traffic.
Me say, Bobie, there's nothing. Let me put it on record. No,
George.
Nobody.
George.
Yeah, 30 years this year, Tumano. Look, yeah, the bomb shit and Nancy.
One for Bibia Nancy, a bomb shit to the camp.
You, here.
Oh, people like you now, I could use Mudin Quasi, a semi Cromano. Well, now MPP are before me to say, George Nialutan. I read in a party than Mwasi.
Very good. At least, you know, and you're more, and you're Muhammadia. The point I was making.
Bianca said, Muhammadia, Messumenka said, Media, Messemedia, Memeni was antimem. From what I have seen, NDC is a better party than MPP, period.
Very good.
That is my observation.
In terms of what? In terms of policies,
in terms of what? Policies, development, infrastructure, everything.
Very good. Now you are saying, but what about our leader?
Leader, what did Baumia will Mahama?
No, me, I don't support Baumia. I don't support Baumia.
George, George, me person me no me no trust studio ha. Opa wa kira ye bi enu. Ye so mic ni sisu. Wunnie minie.
Oh, so me say okay, let's put a proper time. Say my best studio.
Don't worry. Wunnie minie. Let's sit. Ni ye bie mu. Na whoever. Akufo ado boni a kro no ani na busuafo abo we ti.
Wait, let's shadow for a date. We talk about policy from A to Z. Akufo and Mahama.
Fine.
Issues.
Fine. Let's do it. I'm ready.
Issues and development in the country.
I am ready.
Mahama and
George, they say I am ready.
Akufo. So when
I am ready.
We can shadow a time.
We can even do it tomorrow, Friday. We are going.
Tomorrow, Friday, I will be busy. Normally, I'm busy.
Monday, you bet me I am Monday.
Monday, let's see Monday. I think like Wednesday will be better.
Fine, I am ready. I'm ready. Let's put our nose together.
Very good.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So that Ghanaians will know. Issues,
don't worry.
Issues, development.
Mate.
When we come to character.
Mate. What do you share? What do you share? You share? Yes. Microphone. Miss Minie. That's it. Yem. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Last time, your friend is saying CC3.
Yeah, I know. Don't worry. Okay.
I know. I love my NDC.
Don't worry. Would you George?
Those who have hijacked the party should come and apologize to us.
Don't worry. Yes, yeah, you be who are more hijacked
to come and apologize.
Don't worry. Yes, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome, my brother. Sure.
Thank you. So talk about next.
I mean, last two callers. Hello.
Bobie.
Yes, sir.
Only any.
Why?
What beautiful life? Say your friend and kayaking. Just watching. Are they only one interview?
And come up with a muhia kakra.
You.
And dinner, what's ya and 170 kind?
That's a one on a naka.
Young Kwabena.
Manager, I just asking for about now, Bobie, about you were Kufuado. Hey, why that? Bobie,
you need a mint to mean true.
Just now, can't say with you. Ask you about the what just say you need organa.
Naniji Juan Casa.
Our convention.
Nanani, you want to say, Obia Casa, the Anian and Quacas one print, Anna.
Now, Bobie, what happening? Say, made you organa.
Hey. Enkofo busa wa sem se na namu akuti so na so aye din ya uti so an kwa aye din
ndi Bobie so bi se miti so na se mi se miti so na ne nkan wa sama an ke se miti so na ne nkan wa sama na
na se enso an kwa aka
Bobie enti obia ona downfall eye gay president ani obia yes for jage at no need to end omumye nunu wana agige atum
da bi o say eye obia downfall no obi dia Luxembourg prime minister no aware be ma no oni Akufo-Addo beda ha 2 days no anaya no urafi
na adu Solomon so oni Akufo-Addo oni lo jama anampa
e di say no say Akufo-Addo wonya better term Muhammad ya
Bobie yeah mumye nka no kwankyere ye ho say who course school no net education my now for what you say man and man at that those days now may you see a BTDJ class ya beka class and say me pa me maka na wale aboa me maka na wale chance me maka na wale me rice cooker ana beka hon and the baby tell say I will Ghana constitution mu say only bema ni bema die with me show adu ko tell na and edu gina mra no but me akoko parliament say wo jo si oye bema no opaso oye oba no and the oye oba opaso oye bema any oba also paso owale aboa no ye ko shemla say wo ye bema untini nka se na no mfa nko oba na oye oba so de oba so oye bema ensi e Ghana ha and I say you be tell say besi ono man pem bia nu o be ka say Ghana ha ye ni game to mu da Bobie Ghana mass se o mo na abonti me ma ja say me fa wo Bobie say me ko tempa na me no ko ya dey akono be na wo enti aye down and if you work for school we a lawyer now so we a human rights activist until the woody for say o be be ma da ye nya ko no ni ya e jirisam oni kama ko ni nyasa so o sa ni takora so apostu a wo ni bia no Bobie wo say o kama be ma ni yo kama be ma adada o bi da the day ni pa da sani nyasa wo trim na wo di no mo fa wo so wo jire wo ma na wo dia wo see opinion obi be ma ni be ma so no o ne be da yam pref na me ye guys and nan ka bon pref dia o pa ye wa dia o dem obi do ni asem so first ye be get to say Ghana ha say be ye ba dia o man panyi bia ni wo ana mi ni
member nana ndi adenti na nana do anka asem ya wo kan an kire eye abayo na oba ha no straight
so bia na again
okay thank you
o say diplomacy and diplomacy I mean diplomacy mean ko fi anti the diplomacy mean ya take for chere ana ya say diplomacy to the kan nsem sa ano some no kan so o see asem our parliament mbra adi ato so nti be njampo enkoka say sia na say Bobie enti say munya kwan so mba mota ko so anima we dedicate Ghana for yenye atibidie atibidie mpen for na atibidie na solve issue no Bobie
okay all right
oh aya na ya be ya Bobie aya na ya be ya yenye chiro man Ghana nti ba da chiro ma o yenye nto ko na jelo jama ma mo so sa dem pa jama ba sa no Ghana we jama what did you o ma da dia anko ma da Bobie me say ya wo na wudi any fu anim na mo so ba Ghana fu ba Ghana yi a Bobie ma jiwadi so o ma bi da why baby da when me anya o di Ghana for tem there ya de be so Ghana
all right okay thank you last person then I'm done and out hello okay all right them say hello oh hello
yeah Bobie
part of family
yo me da fe ara Bobie akwara na wo si uta mo no ara me ti ase o aso de pay o boda for aso ka jaisa oh apa na wo si ta o de pay da ginya correct aso ka ka wa na o ka ko ri na o ka so ba o ka sa na o so wa da ginya correct de pay go do entertainment oh na ye wa ka madafu bi o ti aka se se pipi fo bra o kasa sa na go fo ro se ko te go fo la ko fo ko ro e ti pa bo yeah NGC affiliated radio stations abu e tate sa pipi fo na kasa ke masa
masa
Bobie kasa
ko jo akwa me yeso minia so na kwa George wa down for
why down for
George what
Legon police station na metako hu ni ma we are not tablet bi o e be ni personal ya be ton na be bon kuma police station echi o and police lady bi o what tablet tell na nche ya ho na me hu no so that the police is in chance when the friend George Badena George Badena contest your mama no so abodam no ni I'm sure none interest in koye so I guess brush it off
but so man can so abodam
and this for and this for can so abodam to man contest nyame na make and this for then and this executives and these members and to mo board am so me can so abodam what you say and me ba what to papa so ya me tin bias what I say now who feels if you want to or could feel for your appointment the other day. What will be my panic also a day? I didn't know your mama. Your mama, you're anxious, so I'm one to say your mama be panic. Your mama, no one man a pow. Let your mama, I say, Sabian, Sabian Yado. I Kakapa, another, so not on cranim. Who send these members in the baby here and you're correct? Who can so bit fear in the and this pa? Now, what you can tell me? One more market fear the cries or we are correct. No, one put the do one also to Judge Barton. Now, what was your position? Na wo say the all can say or person say oboa oso omo ye omo oso omo yeah oso omo doso na a friend this no boa kufuado you just salary just concentrate and
asa no na ti timwa papa be no mde ko ho na timwa yo mu ni ene ho idi omo ye ho
some one dey ntia mo party na yesi
your party na be ma ka say lead party bi na be say what you say. And I make a John Mama cry, never be president. That's one cancrophobia moon when it timid be a moon. Sana Beba. We busa with the way we am busam topic. We are sure said the coming election. You be young from Marco strong room. I want this him. Young Crophobi, Asante Region Executive also to one more Ghana for one of my alternative for Nipania Brew, Mose, Mube making sure Sabina will. Most of us so Yataran Amazon Beche. And they are creating Sabin some force and so and for so better.
Me who win your basso or Sebi do Tatari Musu.
Never will cry, yes, I mean, Nipania Brown, alternative. Yeah, Pessia Bejadia, and yes, police far from what town from what would delay with time cramp on my at the Crontier, some year to Abama, Munesum concentrated. You have been so Yatarin.
No, maybe they have a strategy.
Strategy of what?
Just watch it.
May say your opposition. Yenimina sweater to any ye, Yanya who say opposition. You go to share Obi, or opposition, no, you so a Lesos 2023. That's how your co opposition, your committee. That's a lie. How can say, we want to Abama? Go with a John Boyd, who sat one at Tijembe Muno. We shall go on home about. To the Grofone Pepper or buy a Nanzani Cano, if you on my packy and number plate. Ida. Uba power on him as a opposition. What must say? But when I was there, I must order doors and near Brie. Yes, also what was just Atari. Where you are somewhere entertaining and some fun. Who come to the Bubefu?
I say, hey, my mamma, Kabora.
Yeah, Brew Commander.
Constituency say.
I don't.
Which idea? You have me to be. You have me to be. Na, George, what do you know? One more.
Commander, this is the second time my team will show you. So the last time I was for the bar, I need discussing about and my part don't remind Mama the go as far as KGTR project was of concern. Anyhow, Akufuado successively or more altered the original plan. Now, any additions also born in break KGTR near the Oranu PS the Kusia area. Boom, but some more council back Ukraine one a factual. And Nano Akufuado can say, be was say, one only woman penny our bagana ha. A man for a do man was seen so far. In reality, I think that is not a fact, that is not factually accurate. Because who paid you by a qua on your bonnet, then so ya tuna pepa, ya chrono, action a boss power Ghana high, don't remind Mahama, both in government and even in opposition. And people like George Barton. Omutiminya the balls be gina radio say me NDC ni nembo me ne Akufuado na kon na krana na ono no sai ono na se bi wiase mu nyansa nyina wodi tri.
No, but my point is indinka we no pre say NDC
no we assembly member Francis we did that no assembly member, because if you speak this way now who behave this way well my more attention, because omo se bi Yesu Kristo kra omo no omo nam no na ye wo omo ye nipa yima ohonom enti ye na nipa dasani ayaba and it shouldn't be something surprising to see say one of us is a betrayal, is a threat to your collective good. Ye nyina ye bo hompa ye o say obeba studio. I wish I'm here till the next week. We'll be here how ho kra some of them we seniors fa no tena na fa metena no one said the Akufuado yemfa yempa price bi mfanto so yempa price bi mfanto so say wa wo be lose no ye be boss throw 20 na he say kwan ben so na be san fa so e dia ko sa Jubilee House was say unnecessary honor. So I don't think we should give such people much of a listening ear or more a situation be a situation be a woman video and interview anyway. When you could bring about $10,000.
Oh, who are they?
Oh yes, Nanado the open no. Obi Kwano Guma who fin Nanado the open MP for the open no. Eti Mino can say Mino can say IT 40 one cut video then. Me my friend is so me nobody have face so me say my man no dey nye. Ne Yamana do any di. Nti obi so livelihood or work create man ho no unemployment in them. This is when you apply unemployment in Ukrum ha. Those people should be ignored. Now you focus on the real deal. Say the nursing year cano. Yes, you bet Maka say Abusiafo ni bi omi regional executive for Ashanti region. Sabi anya bad. We now know you call MPP for National Congress. Savannah region for decided to come in one smoke color. Omodi depicted by be free and all that. So be ye co campaign no be share soldier camouflage. I see soldier attire. No the DH coming who bonia home. But they be ya kwa team they create a certain sense of a new team be a new development be no ye dey create a whole security scene. Na be answer senior kind na ye free police command na ebi kwa make say nka also kwa reorganization be of me ade no. And that is one thing I think something I appreciate. But IGP Damparin and the regional commander, so we need to speak to their ears. Say that kind of intimidation, I will say PIMHA. Because I have been to MP before almost programs severally, and you meet people in army camouflage. I don't quite ask force the enemy. I mean for no share I know. Where they saw Marco Kejeti and Marco Tomat and Omapamwashe. Which we don't endorse. They should not do anything to create a scene. Oh my, I've been focused on a Jumana. It's at hand, no. But then before Shane and your Mohin this in the Beshe near a friend of the art. I said the annual about could be a Bobie. It's intimidate from mobile. Anyway. And the police cannot intimidate us in any way as far as election 2024 is of concern. But yes, so Sabi, a Honda Sony Berima, we should work in secret. Near my success no mumia day. And Kasa, yes, camouflage uniform no is not the one going to deliver the results. I think say here no at the Amaye. So, Bibi and yes, be free. Me did say you and more so. I'm wishing be from now a forward movement now is successful. Medas.
Chazi, Akwaba.
Come on, Mejoso.
There's Osman Musa said.
Mejoso now. Matter what team for me, African fast.
Yeah.
I think sir. NDC, they have to be serious. Abio Madruna, Nisanya Kupon Bam. Complacency, Adorson. Jama Menche, Adorson. I was up for Ayimungani. The Bia Pesi or Yamamoshe. But then they don't have the balls to sit up. But I say, oh, pursue we yet, I don't know, you do it with your full chest and defend it. Me knew in Tia Saturday na Ashanti region, some of the executives share you. Kanda a nye Ghana soldier atadie. I am not a military officer, and I'm not pretending to be one. Let's face fact. Saturday no. You don't need a military person to tell you say we a Ghana soldier for atadie. Na soldier fata the police for neche. The soldier ni shot will be shot soldier near dia police. I am
no mambo. But you who soldier tari. You who near show dim na no soldier near police ni who becho.
Who soldier tari but you see when yes soldier tari.
So doors no campo na share anajoa am Roberts difference be anim betima do put simple so betro betima your don pay before you no I'm telling you nipa bet 5 or 10 I share camouflage na original po na we share mo junction bi so
you see babe
atadie no how mo fa so share atadie no clear. A channel with
normal trousers
and normal trousers and a way normal shirt. Life will be unfolding. A life na no mobile. Unless mobile catches them raffle for bagana ha a direct here on what to wear and what not to wear.
Exactly.
Sankayen share black.
No, so sad about it.
Sankayen share black. Black a police for there. And to bishop be nice a police for come on, let's get serious. This is a country, 66 years old country. We are too backward. I don't get it.
No, but
that argument now, he can do that argument, he can stretch it. But that is for him to stretch it. But the fact of the matter is that, na just soldier for tadie. Na me shall say, soldier for tadie, watch me. Me yimano. Emraben. Lobbying. We are not in a jungle where only the strong survives. That is not democracy. Some of us are nipping away and arraign the person, take him to court. Court. What is this?
That's what my report.
No, report to do what?
How much statement? No,
I'm not for try you. I'm not for try and tadia. You get it. But so the upper and share Russia for soldier for Tadimpo. And then say Ukraine for there.
So the question is,
and some America
is it important something for Ashanti executive to do that?
Military come, Uteni inside now.
Yeah, pension. I didn't go for the ultimate solution. Who didn't sign a idea for the demo?
In and out, no. You see, would you wait 2 more? You are supporting the wrong thing.
Who me too? Yes, so no share more beer. Savannah Junction, I do 11. You can't even pass through. How much are they?
We have made laws for human beings. And until na soldier for a year across central, you be no case enye. Because traffic offense in Poa, you don't beat somebody for just committing traffic offense. Me what? So me driving wrongly, do you beat me?
The remedy is to fine.
You get most so way be so or chinabi obi whom pabua was way as a soldier from pabua. Meanwhile, we have fashionable designs in town.
I could find a design be by our source organ. Your bogu yes, because the microphone buy and never yet almost on your police for me, but I'm going to share national security for dressing. And later on, there's only national security. And I'm a boy. And who here, but and there's something ready for you. It is alleged that the last election, the reason why 300,000 votes, if I be man, microphobia from one. Dubai ba na munko hwe elections munko boy ma election ko so a moko hwa ntare ye ne security for ntare any question you can come on
defense I will do but that be
let's deal with the issue
say I was West Wogo national security for ena address it eno matwa kaki eno multi police van mu meboa we don't know in a police van
you be commission on there some
no but kwajo sa Ashanti region Jabali ne banum I know mom say omo ko attack you bia Ansah party na ekọ omo campaign ehyiamu and omo share satare in a uniform way dia kwakotena ho bro mo fa nkodi boni bia so but the issue has to
go naked
obasatare
unsatade
omo design yada senye
omo design
look ya mo woni omo che fiatare we civilian dress na ye wodwuma as a civilian na ehu sango na se sango for omo ye 10 na wo hia omo Savannah Junction anajo no omo gina hono mo a before be realize omo nya soldier for no you can't tell me say Jabal ne ban ma ko say say they can be criminals. I mean no I'm not me use so ban mo apam ahye amfa
me ko joye bo me boys bi so be ko pam the same time ko gina ba bi they are intimidating crofo and any ko so mo me leaders ni show example bi man ko fasemba
your kono kwa your cost ya
na ka se ka so jatara nka beto obama ba and you didn't near maybe betima ya machante region crofo bi wi abamu ma akufu ado ma ko example eti ne to obama ba eti anka che ba so ko pe camouflage eti che e ko ntra anya ne be ma campo
anyway we nye subject.
That's okay. That's okay. Thank you so much. Live on 100.5. There are some few issues, and then let me read the Joe Jackson. And then let me read then many bo bibi so my young mama me penning voices here quick one Ansah yaba ababa be juma. Also sovereign default at record high. Ghana, Zambia. Oh, wait. Hey, okay, Ghana, Zambia among countries significantly. What? Okay, so sovereign default at record high. Ghana, Zambia among countries significantly affected. Fitch, and one issue I perceive. Then issues about 5 bills on taxes. Work parliament. You know, we will touch on it. Then Kufuor must learn to take responsibilities. From Mahama, we will touch on it. Then issues about. Me who say group will be actually their comma parliament that MPs train on to aba. The privileges committee should deal with them. You know, say another issue. And Jose,
are you dead on arrival?
I see. Why?
When speaker started, or presiding, or since the deputy speaker take you over, or be voted through the clerk of parliament. That vote is open vote and yes, secret vote.
Okay, me ba na ya be say juma no sesia. Mamene Ora Joe Jackson, director of business operations, Dalex finance enkodi enkomo. Chairman Akwaba.
Yenia.
Boko de Mira.
Ntia we tiefo nyina.
We tiefo jo so pa. Na me read your online stories here. One now from one and many Bobie so a little bit technical. So then near here say Oberboye near Tiasia kakra. Sovereign default at record high. Ghana, Zambia among countries significantly affected. As you say, Ghana buying the car onto me here. Ghana buying the car on Mintia.
Na Zambia for so car.
Me pacho say you do some level na implication ni be say.
O say some level ni you do yake. You do what December no. And a buy man in Sasso. Catch amount for nyina abrochire ni Ghana for ni say. Mintia. Inti oma membre na ya nteso na mehwe se metu ya nti what do you do you do what December
ma hunu amai beye ennan ka ho Lebanon, Sri Lanka, Zambia, Belarus, Ghana ne ka ho 5. Lebanon, they are struggling with civil, uprising issues. Sri Lanka too, they have issues. Zambia and Ghana. With Belarus, I can't tell. Papa, yentimin no. I sound come on if I never could do. Me finance person. The ordinary Ghanaian walking on the street is a finance person. Sometimes we don't know. Where a belly aqua copy.
Okay. Sesiana, untumintia. Obian Bobo Sampio, Neboa. Untumintia. Obian, un peso di in Kitahu. If he said,
o ye adwuma ma wa ana eno no baby aye ka ko ne se ebedu baby no na ye ntumi te se yamfa dollar ankwa nkoto ho a ye mayen fuel enti say ye ntumi entia na ya hwe na yanka asem no te se ma ye ka te se ye bi akọ IMF say IMF mo boan no say ye ntumi yanka na ekọ akiri a ebedu baby no na ye ntumi ntọ fuel and find yet generator into one hidden yana doom so how and I say, oh, sorry, I'm not power petrol ni ho diesel ni ho into car who car who asem car bayeding unim se chrome has de bibi if you are brochire edro if you are brochire ediane if you are brochire into you do what na your home bacteria enu bi ni baby yedu
ma me musa o me hu se omo yala pa a cho se a man for intervene na kan bi wa se menim se finance minister wa China ya omo try some be toto eniema minim munemo international counterparts din koma gidi e wa Ghana muse bibi betumi asesa no mu bibi
nukrani ne ebo Ghana awo ya fa de say US invest Ghana eye basa nti who say and na ebe twam koyi US vice president Kwabena Emma la sumi la trama no ono sukra brain kakaka inti nia yeni minister US Taiwan IMF beye nia obeye bia na wo so san wo na woni including kita ho na wo mama wo mre na IMF na wechi na unya emre tumiti auka na niema anye basa te se ma aye wo Lebanon ne Sri Lanka no ye mpese ye kudu ho na mum China ena ono say ono de eka no on to so emre a obema emre na kapa de on to so ena obia odigana kano ese ono so ye the same thing eno na ama China negotiations no emu atumu ama ni aka ni nyina so ebe gina obroni be kasa about stand still ntumi nkoye ni if you say China fo o ma sam o dinkaka
menya sure say chairman yebehu bibia eye positive say
oh ese wonya gidi
Gideon Enuma, two different things. I mean, have faith, then Manuma need your way and a but looking at the situation, it seems like there is no hope.
Oh, there's always hope. And Mekachira say US target. And one say,
but we are paying a price for that.
Say, for one brani biba Ghana. If he said, what they will crack or see obi enim so ma we diania ono so betira send ya obedino
nti say bi ni ge semi a hwe ye han
send ya wa woni ya kopatel nti me say and na me hu bibi wo me photo bi wo online US Vice President Ojina podium no all kasa na your president Jina Nechi na also ordinary say good Nechi na what you became Ghana say na
really
your president each year odim say onim na okafe You go back to the
Uncle Joe, what picture? A video and I say picture.
Picture.
Uncle Joe, anybody said I was ready.
Oh, I see it yesterday, and I was.
But what picture, maybe?
Me, picture, maybe. Obi this head, me.
Uncle Joe, anybody said, anybody said, na me am crashing.
So we have show. Maybe I only get into a second for you. I have bumpire. Now, near Kuka woman say, Mr. Your parliamentarians say, IMF, Amaya, a revenue measures be a SE passing. It's a strong one, so we see what I'm pass. Now, your parliamentarians say, I want him say, into me, do only.
And also,
you are simple for cry.
Anyway, I can do Ghana for that. I mean, all right, so that's it. Encore a good for na yemfa enye so good idea you go so din come on bet me at any time we can just deal with it because it's one of the issues ye be ehun adwuma but me ba cho monsaka picture no just yemfa to us na but chaze se wo hu sa picture no chaze hu here
Uganda
and my say kra kabore
yeah me hu picture no and me prompt ko jumpo see your president na only vice president of another country kasa na won sagwe as if usro ni pana woni no e won kitan
no but
no because see woman no stay in the position on LGBTQ. President virtually gave her the assurance say a drew on no so obey near so ye. The president distanced his government and the people of Ghana from the bill. Was it a nyabang bill? And that is a handful of private individuals. And no crown or my Attorney General, ni committee chairman Nesia. Now, Babia, a year who you know, modify. You get it? That they've modified all the things that are scary.
Okay, so picture in it. Because you have a phone so. Sir, Ojide was so who dada. And okay, yeah, they have your Facebook page and really.
I was here, was sovereign nation.
Really? Koyo.
When is Ojide will be on one from Brazil from one more on what it second crowd between the Abanabusiache. It is what they say.
No, but I could do can on mine anymore.
Now, South Airport.
It's too
security and war airport. No security phone, but be Druya. No more section security phone.
Yeah, I watched that video.
Now, what to be done? If you as a son, I say, yeah. Send a member about a studio, I am a baby. Security phone, go for you now, and I make say, you're correct, and some of them.
Look at the Kufadu posture.
Or didn't say good next.
Look at that.
Or Sam Bibia maybe.
Obia sending another schoolboy.
Serious. And not where you, Makati catch him and Coco people with him share. Just me run for you. On my Timui, your president. Yes, a president being put again. If American president, Kevin exactly over but vice. Now, me one my brother wouldn't send a community. The vice are either back with some amiu. When be a new crumple.
You sorry, how the American vice president.
Yeah, damn. Let me what is the crumple to me, but then you can patch it. I come to about money. And the background as a president, you so at least your man you be you to train near my year or buy a mock of picture be about to a day. Sabi to moon to 4 picture will be unfine chairman. 3 year country can is out must say. Not that a year to a day and I'm to send now Bob Miachi. Now the Fanzaka I like you so good day. Neka Baumia, El Codumna, and Kaya shows and Kadia Gabin Banker agro. Can go back and his baby. The Baumia and none of it show. And now Bob Miachi so most of the way say, Baumia, the Miamin Sabian Sabiano, what Naya so Misa, one more brony Maso, wouldn't you be being but at the end of the day you near maybe on the one but umia ntimi nkonkoye say bedi atuo mu e de light akokoto down obi a Jubilee House oba umia say me mama boys akodum no ana mama mo akodum camera na bibi enya de be yadwuma wotima say oman ne ya say no nti me say issue but say NDC for them between taking more than NPP for because mo pe na mo de enkwa just asini mu ya twa mu ti ya mu ne ya twa so ba di anim Moses na mo de yakọ ne kokodu ba bia Moses so buafu wo ba be mansu abefa ti Moses am can this for some can serious akufado ne NPP now me catch the bia lunch matem yam squad me catch am say better see NPP no ne dey about this side ne a homo nkrofo we so mo nkonche kakra correct but say but my team yesa grandma man NPP take over there nya dey be boy say NPP be take say Nigeria ni to aso ya wo di koyi what be that anya dey be ye mpo anya dey fm anya fe na anya yie what ma say Nigeria for kofa ade bi be si sui ni aso so mistake ni akofa bibia sa beto say ekoto of years ye nyina be wu kwabra ye be wu me say this 2024 election we send this and we need election me no me ru de be brepa ye ntimi nye dede bi mu wo be dede sa ntimi so topic ne de wase no and topic so de nyina moguo what ma say anu na topic ye be dealing with that wo mo de buy no what you say the NDC for parliament no anu na topic na nkasa because eni abre mu ne yegina on ye hwam mu ne ye bibia ye nam enne ye akabe say acha be 6 months wo ba be fresh ye be ko trek yeah this time ye ko trek bi mu because say be ko de sometimes what is through ye ayi program na nkrofo ti ase nya ombeku ye ko tachima ye wodane so witness through na NPP for langas aye ma nye nyankopa da ron hoso NDC for no mo ya de omo so langas but who so say won pon na we ne bullet na bibi fatu ho ate wo kogye bo wu wo be wie ni nyina be ba na nkofo ya beto ade wo be wie ni nyina be ba na nkofo ya beto ade hwe sorry e kwa busua wuti abusua no security door we to okra wo ye hwa na say sro Ashanti region ye gire mo no pa wie nwumra no pa ni asa link na krafo etie ye ko east ye ko ni nyina be wie kwabra ni ekoni eba ni say na oto akufa de hode nsa gu nachi se hwe akakra bi ode beba bia me ne be di atuo ni gabe mu ye be chadi tiesa me so me gigi maami so Maghreb GH sending message you say we the momo vendor and the receiver kanu anu no what you say receiver na say ultimi e ma ahobrase ho ase na ultimi setimika ferry kwabra sure but Kamori this picture Joe Thompson Joe Jackson and Chumadune Esiso me senior brother be send me message you say when you mismanage your country and you become poor you lose confidence as a president. Commander when your topic you said the Olumai Netifi 79 years in fear do your song and picture way and ne birthday picture no ha ila la sikakakra obenya die nti ne nsa gu na chi sese bia kura ase kromfo a yabu no fo wa hemfie na ne wura fi se oman kura wodi nanim no wa mamre ne amane na minnim osumo a wo mu se woye Kristo so woye Buddhist so woye den na so sa sunu nyina asem a America aban tru wo mu amampani abade kire kan nyina ye nyamrasem na ye bisao wo mu na sha da san field broni sentwere ni e na obisa question no say yate say mo pass emra we say as far as he knows there is no official legislation from government of Ghana which is false. Now, your criminal code of conduct, section 104, talking about unnatural carnal knowledge. Enyemra. For the people of Ghana from the government of Ghana. Ain't for omampeni crash obejino akase emra bia kra ni Ghana ha criminalizing homosexuality a free official from government. That alone is deception at the highest level of imagination. Gonto poor chese mpuma na ho because LGBT ni gonto poor mpuma down ya na to say say dey to the to be hwidi si abonte obi jira mpuna no kura we hwidi si abonte LGBT ni dey
so go kuntunu Kwabena ni esi ho na surudu na otwepe na the pampers nam krom on natural canon legends say esese wo fo obi ba bi a enye naturally say enye sex
criminal
ye mra no kura ni say ye soft ni so bedam mfie miensa wo se mra bi ani ho na bill kura wa parliament so wo say a harmful if what harmful no that means a good father in his imagination he and some people belong to the majority almost support to LGBT because me ti okramania me di me yefunu to that duasa say me bom pa ya no ma kire ntwtwade ama o my Ghana no man sum ni me nkrofo nyina the doctrine of Islam doesn't support homosexuality abusuafo amo sum Kristo sum en support homosexuality sabi na nanom abusonsom ye gu nsakura no ye de ne dipo ye de ne ye ko grobra ye de ne we en so homosexuality so and the group ben na go for the belong to office of the majority one free ye no pem yes ye support to dey say harmful that wedding nagasa phrase nagasa is problematic now zongo forward dey be on friend kodai akufo do kodai nti anything that involves money akufo loses his clear conscience to determine what is wrong from right. Anything that any discussion that involves money, the old man loses his conscience. And money to me choose to say, "Winnie Papa, we are bonny." Now, just when the woman left this country, senior, she CNN, post on my website.
Yeah, mama.
CNN,
very horrible.
Such an international platform.
Very horrible.
I say Ghana's president softens country stance on draconian anti-LGBT bill as Kamala Harris visit. Now, what do we say? Go echi. Say P3 near why late for school. And why they 139 million. Now this picture no 2 on what story say. What soften stance? And mra ye feel say na be boy no. Omo fresh amra no draconian. Ye say draconian. Amra bill o me dey kwa say una uko ye genu a kodam 20 years ye ya ka say draconian. Yes we radio station now my man for the platform be yes ade no a ubetua 1 billion shillings na radio station no license kra no ya change through ye be revoke for 10 years radio station for okrom ha say no ye draconian
ye papa
ye president stance ye pe ye pa no say de be obi ya say be yes na ho self distance to others but the president sikanti also mra bia ni ho sa na ye kra ya hwe yi die ye hu ni nyina afrim na okodue no se me ko ye kra ma foso amoma se ba bia no mu gina ko mafiri a enche papa kro ya na ko gina international community BBC also when he was a student in the United Kingdom now there was no much pressure ema LGBT in sense so na nei ugo UK dodo no a ye gay enti o ma Ghana o feel say pempen so ni ndua Akufo-Addo will not be the one to lead us into that paradigm shift where you be jai enviable culture, your traditional practices. Ni Akufo and sit that power for be a wajeno. Yes, so the power for other money. Sado boni we di enye one Ghana for the bedo opa mfa sika no go because we are not accepting it today, we won't accept it tomorrow. That is a clear message. You didn't man for his birthday.
Anyway, but it's so sad. It's so sad. Say Almighty so my Ghana and they go to America, they go to UK. Omo kosra omo grandchildren. Omo ne nkola no ankola to me catch on grandpa. Don't be silly. You are fooling. Now, if you know, hey, I said, yeah, when they come back home, now, or yeah, they're not catching, say, Akufo-Addo, stop fooling. No, Africa and Dapa and Kolani did matter. Minim says, a girl we are by Harris. Obviously, where you crying, I'm a chain. She said the West Yachu unsa egu achijina kola we enchem adwobri wanim umume na no no ama yira bechi me Mume kete. Asa me kama se mesremu. Mume me cha akola we. Hwe akola we ya mo aye mobo. No ama yira bechime. Wo mo bagana no mo ya ade ne ka chom se jai jimi no. Obi ti baabi a na ne bu afu. Se omu didi mpanimfo atem. Hwe akola we. Abayo we. We Edwin a che no. Edwina echeno Jankoma becha ne beye Jankoma ne mama nkwa di beye 25 years she well never fun sa City Herbal Center say Imen Cancer Ghana for some the CD caps and a CD Herbal CD ointment and a aba na CD caps no ade aye ne say o memni bie no na nipadua no e boost immune system no se immune system no timi gina ne nan so yie pa ubehuna ne se afa de eye nipadua no nyini prom CD ointment ya wo mo ede aba wo so honam etutu waposo na de bi twitwi nafu amiensa hirabasa ekọ Ekus Pharmacy ubenya bi Wodema Pharmacy ubenya bi ni nyina wa Shaiman na naboache eba Enetinated Herbal Kanshi Gapsone Pharmacy Okoforodua Jukad Pharmacy ewo Kaswa Nisi Pharmacy ewo Madina Nana Herbal ewo Amasama na Nep Pharmacy ewo Shaiman Estate ubenya bi ede efri ho na Eclipse Collateral said ya meka no wa wonfa wa japade enwu krata enpe bibi ade beyo no na oya atombra miawani na man krata no enguo na ensei Eclipse Collateral say Fabre wo mojo on krata no de ye collateral e de amobi a ope loan na nsusu wonni eye de ode besi akaginamu wo mo de o mo adwuma no no na ubenya ho faso ai share bosia na masa akwa ye ma percentage na also ube se yamfa se efie na wa efie no woje eye rent ska no nkrata no so eye adwuma ma enti udidi double from 1054 3832 onsa ebetumi aka omo. Now you go dealing with the issues. The first issue here, Ora Jomama Kasembi Enra. Na yebesi akwa ye enwe adwuma bio. Yengotie asama Ora Jomama de to biano. Yengotie.
Pempenso Ghana edri. Ghana phone na bebi ameko bia. Omo say abra ndisi wa ban mu na omo hoton mu ezu omo say na Ghana na ne sura hememu enso obi aye ne dwuma kakra enya bibi hwe ne ho ehwe ne ma enso enne de cry ezu ene de Ghana ya ye mobododo samokai esi atide enso den na nampo na come de change de bia ezu ye nuanom omubie anopa ubie radio obeti omo anu gege adia emma omuntimi mbu oman ene se omunye nipa omutie efutu omunye nipa omoje omufomso etum enti they are not able to learn from their mistakes because basically saying Ghana yesika sema say edruno still they are not accepting responsibility utia almost they be enyo omo enti ye hwan ye Ghana for ye from so hwan na kobo obosia no eya moa enso de bia obie eyi a Yes, oh, there be a COVID-19 and a manabasa. Yes, yeah, Russia-Ukraine war and a manabasa. Now no president call parliament, command state of the nation address. Because say he will accept responsibility. The way I did when we had an energy crisis in this country, I didn't cause it. It was caused by lack of addition to our generation for many years. In Tebedru baby, no, our demand had exceeded our ability to generate power. I went to parliament. I didn't say I didn't cause it. I said you elected me to take responsibility. So I take responsibility for it and I will fix it. That is what leadership is about. This is a president who cannot take responsibility. And if you can't take responsibility, you can't fix anything. Yes, baby, I see Kasema say, Druno, Mobeko IMF. I say, Yanko IMF, Yanko IMF, China, Yanko IMF, that. And yes, I'm kind. And I catch him say, IMF, no, Samobeko, Monko, Sisia, Monantin call. And yes, I had the ambulance and a demobeko. And then IMF Numpua, almost your Monkono. And then Oma Pedeso Meko. Oma Bukodwe, IMF also said there be Ansah.
All right, okay, so Ora John Dramani Mama na yetin in Kano. Now I wanna probably more so no was raise issues about a year pensioners for Esika. And then I'm TCS so my release statement say bond holders no
and then omona we are seeing na pacho say a car
anyway you going go to John Mama on this pensioners
omo fanche omo make I say finance minister and then omona we are seeing na pacho say a car omo de no omo fanche omo make I say finance minister of China yeah the omo car $1.7 billion Okosre say yamfa kanin chain Paris Club or Sresi yamfa chain ya pensioners a omode omusika omuye jumawie ya omokwaje omahome omusika omode ma omuse omfa nkotena efie ndidi kakra and omode to government bonds and then aban say yentimi ntua mo bonds no enti ye beje mo bonds no ne ama mo 12 new bonds maturity no ye pia akọ 2030 something. Na nyame bisa me won say we nyame no hu say sa retiree na we di 65 68 2035 no by 2035 not yase and so sa no moye no sika yenso na ye pensioners dey to omunro a omode to omuduane kakra. So if a government can behave like this to a segment of its most vulnerable population, that government does not deserve to remain in power.
John Dramani Mahama another statement out there to now the tie economic friends a conversation I mean Ora Joe Jackson have is the no boom into me at the afao. The issues about the NDC MPs again another issue as I boba na me no me mpese mekebi taxes beye enum ode akwakoto parliament or share any mu say omo beye ho adwuma so excise tax stamp excise duty income tax 3 growth and sustainability levy bill then Ghana Revenue Authority we ene eniema hodwa omode abba now say omo be approve na say omo approve no you know so enra wouldn't say my cat interestingly enra call a be frame no so person me dim komo after me show no na me say aden and I say left to him alone on the issues say no say the issue call parliament na see a big giant parliamentarians no kwa mo mato abade yenye issues ni nyina referendum na obia metu bi because say no constituency by constituency no we will be the no call parliament wa wunnim adwembone e woni trim eni say me invest me to me wo mu but I can't trust you there and you say na assembly antika we no enka na box si abonten ye gi tax na tuma na ase anyintum ni ato yes ye anyintum ni ato yes agi atum ege there be ya ma parliamentarians yi pen kwahye the whole Ghana ye to referendum ye agi atum na ase anyintum ye ne wie na say 90% president min kan che say enipa kuma bi handful bi en o mo te ba bi 90% en ato but okay na me drive coffee and na me catch okori say enye ye ti konso achi nyina na say enkwa na enim yansa o because to be honest me as mo kind of tomasum a toma dwunim probably I haven't gotten the time to study the technicalities in it but on the surface it makes sense me sisi abobia meti yan me fere kura say NDC MP ko ya dia me ko support no say o we di omo mpene hwe say madam for papa ni afre me efri kumase o frɛ me 5 p.m. ada o moto aba no o frɛ me so na napoku agbena Rose Kwabena mo MPC na me say me ni chance akowa ye hwiri ni ade to abom ha gai afede me simi kodwuru me na afede ma fere amaye ka wo na chimintimi nkotrase because amanfo twa me asere me nom de Kwabena de bra betrase nya hwe na me simi ma no so Kwabena de betrase na afede na yese me de siri efem so nya hwe we de nya hwe na me de bani wo kotratra ho adano nkwa botan na yese me kofie koda listo e bai ojirejira ase sabantifi ojirejira jansen so sa no so eti fam so at this point me fere me suro minim what will happen but the issue is back again now they are debating on the bill and but for me be mo amamo enema makika bom no the opposite of pick bian you can just pick and work on it because ni nyina no your mind ade Sheikh Akwaba
yes sir
bibi aboko de
Commander, enye boko sao.
Sao.
De bibia boko, bibia be boko, ba zongo di enye boko. E wose men kanu kura.
Zongo she,
zongo ye boko.
You be ka ho asem.
Be ye wose yan ka ho asem se sia because niema e koso se sia yi. Eye ni bri asem.
I see.
Me ni kojo bu ani. Makati ni ya bomodi ya to treat dom yi and make sure say a dumb way within the Zongo community and other areas. What's okay, Hobby? A Juma ya yenino, Ebeyekwa. Commander Juma ya yenina up and down, Ayako inina, Ebeyekwa. The reason is that organization NDC Nankasano is like they don't care about their party now. They feel it's down deal. You know, I said, yeah, free near Mabisu, Missy, Nimpe, call back. Because of this Alan Bawumia issue.
So,
it's disturbing us.
Yeah, a separate in command, I think, all the
Maka.
Hold on. All the issues like this, you will definitely lose the target, the focus.
Send me by. It's a welcome.
Thank you.
It's a welcome.
So, say, I'm saying, so, Yanante.
Corner.
Yeah.
I think, say, caller now, as I'm not catching, no. It is, I would say, pan wine, but the reality is your representations. In the CBG, Satumino, I decided on what to do this, and there is a young parliamentary system. No, now, decision be a bit by your mom family, and I am
Ghana Van Dam say. Ghana Van Dam said that is how it is done in Switzerland. Important national bills are put to a referendum so the whole country decides.
Your problem, no. We are quick to make reference to developed countries. forgetting say we are a country working with cap in hand. Oh, yes, NAD. My president in San Gunechi, no. Switzerland president Zagunechi. Let's begin to cut the cloth according to our sizes. Na young queer ni. Kwanda.
Yeah.
My interest. Na what kind Ghana kaidi. Ni ekotwi ekobrema. Ni sa mukano.
Yeah.
Ni nyina na yese Akufo-Addo amamu. The Akufo-Addo amamu problem was so. Then of course you will need alternative. So we need the alternative by law. Your vehicles are the alternatives, and one of such vehicles, the National Democratic Congress, and one a Jatumuno. National Democratic Congress, arms, the arm by Parliament. According to topics I would have mind, other than 2 more. It is a wash. Do you get it? When I'm interested, as many of us do not so NDC form MPs are betrayed from a party. A unfortunate description. A uncalled for. The moment I bet to Musana Beboy. Say it is wrong for you to want to support the wrong thing. No be a why na dream say or best standing by the Constitution of the Republic, no. Was your mum a traitor. Commander, offer your constitution where schedule second schedule, no. The oath of a member of parliament, and with your leave, I'll read.
Okay.
The car I now would do the answer. Why is it? But see, I, having been elected a member of parliament, do, in the name of the Almighty God, swear, solemnly affirm that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Republic of Ghana, as by law established, that I will uphold, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana, and that I will faithfully and conscientiously discharge the duties of a member of parliament. So help me God. 272 MPs now that approval ministers, they took this oath.
Definitely.
They have obligation to stand by the Constitution of Ghana. And what are the duties of a member of parliament? Say president under Article 76, 78, obey cabinet. Article 76. I'm coming. I'll take you to Article 76. 76. Or see, there shall be a cabinet which shall consist of the president, the vice president, and not less than 10 and not more than 19 ministers of state. Do you get it? In Tuba 78 now, ministers of state shall be appointed by the president with the prior approval of parliament from among members of parliament and people who are qualified by law. Commander, and it tells you, say, Article 76, a clear of a number of ministers, maximum, not less than 10, and not more than 19. You have no challenge, say, President Tayyip appointment over what the Constitution has prescribed. Mon contest we. Majetum. The Usi Obia Emran man who quine say President Tayyip appointment as a su oveti no approve. Wa aveti ni panawi na o approve a so onu ye betrayer, onu ye traitor. Onu na odi emran ye adwumani wa wo se ye ntu mran ngunu. When you see in law, if you go against this constitution, you are a traitor.
No, Emrana Kase.
You are treacherous.
at all costs, you need to approve whatever the president brings. Is that what the law says?
That is not what the law says. The law says you shall approve, and that the standing orders of standing orders of parliament, clear. We will approve, and I'm almost say 50% or that 172.8. So 50% of the people present and voting. Yes. Wanya. Now the reasons I'll bet me I refuse minister. Say on to me a member of parliament. This is the only way you can be a member of parliament. You can be a minister. So you are not qualified as a member of parliament. Say what the kabi why you born be by law. Other than that, you can, once you are a member of parliament, you can be made a minister.
But say say you cannot be made a minister. That
which law and NDC did say my approve anymore?
No, what the NDC is saying is any panel adults.
No,
but if Sadie Kacho say you shall, I think so for change.
No. I think that you don't want to get what I'm saying.
No, I'm getting you right.
To come clear. Let's deal with it. Bring it.
Okay. No. The already as I say, constitution already
my kind be breed. My kind article, my kind the schedule, the second schedule, my kind the oath of a member of parliament. So obey performing the duties. Now obey Jina with the constitution of this country. So he would defend this constitution.
No.
The
already is that how you understand
that?
What? That constitution no except anybody can say President DBB Bar approve.
That is not what I said. I'm saying say or performing the duty as a member of parliament. It is here. Now what if you no what to let our man say don't go and perform this duty because of the way I feel.
Don't me Busa we say is that how you understand it say will be a MP or parliament. Yeah, the idea about beto. Or approve it. Is that what the constitution says?
That man approving is that what it is in law?
No. You are reading it, and I'm asking you.
No.
Just a second.
Shake, please.
You moderate the show. Don't
relax for me.
Hold
on. What I'm asking you, I need more clarity from you.
Say, I'm running in Shana Kitty. Says who approve and I says who are rejecting. Or you're a member of parliament, or what the right or the duty of performing that function of approving or rejecting. But you do so based on law.
What law? Then you go to another level. So we are done with the step 1. Now step 2. What law?
You do so based on law.
What law?
The law is the only way I'll bet me reject will be. And it's a Nipanin qualified to be what? A member of parliament or to be a minister.
Okay.
That is the only criteria prescribed by law.
Okay.
Constitution, the only time I'll bet me can say Kwajo Eboa cannot be minister. And so no, Kwajo Eboa is not qualified to even be voted for as a member of parliament.
Okay.
1. And so if he cannot be voted for as a member of parliament, then he's not qualified to be a minister.
Okay.
If Kwajo Eboa company our running, what the car want to mean he has been found like that. If a committee be a committee of commission be at Kwajo Eboa asem so afani say or he did boni it by that on to me he has been convicted. You cannot be. This is the basis. So without this basis,
so which means you can't reject a nominee based on competence.
But did they talk of competence?
No, some Boba. Based on competence, you can't. Based on principles, so we believe that a binary size no so.
Yeah, principles is out. Ubisa question. Ubisa question. I mean, the principles is out.
Yes.
Competence is there.
Competence is there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the minority have not talked about competence of KT Amon. They've not talked about competence of Obi Amwa. They've not talked about competence of Stephen Amwa.
No, they raised it.
No.
The National Communication Officer I think Sami Jefi spoke about it on Metro.
You see, there is appointment committee.
Anyway, so you are referring your argument to the statement.
There's a committee in Parliament responsible for
that one.
And National Communication Officers Maoka.
Okay.
Nya parliamentarians no omo appointment committee report to Mudiaba no. They never talk about competence of the people. In any case, the reason why Chairman Sabonsu says he is disappointed in the new leadership, and so Mashenebo said they are going to get to their party leadership and talk about this and then think as to whether so Ombe approval by consensus. True or false? That have given him that assurance, and that is why a delay, that he's disappointed say upon the delay no one at the end of the day they still went back to Nyamuye. Come on now, let me tell you why NDC have no moral right to blame a few minority members. 31 and not 38. Here is why. For the first time in the history of this country, Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Etwaba, what happened? Majority for and the court. When they realize, say, Babiadruno or Muni numbers. So definitely not to pass through. And to speaker ruling, yes, speaker back in Trakonyamu, the ruling, my deputy ebe overturn that ruling. Two of us. Uyafi. Bagby ruled in this country.
Joe Wise
Betenino. He overturned that decision. Bagby came back, spoke about 3 hours, and accepted that ruling. Then when they realized, say, Joe Wise here, etna jamu, a story kotwaba. Mewa, and I am chinje baye, and obedi court. And yes, you can now vote. Deputy Speakers vote. Mewa, and tiene, you can say, Deputy Speaker etwaba.
Which shouldn't be so.
Which one shouldn't be so? Who has contested it?
No, and I make us say
just went to court.
Yeah.
Nobody showed interest in it. People should have joined. Amicus Curiae. You have lawyers, good ones are that. When you are sleeping, you come out and you want to complain. Politics is a game of outsmarting one another. Politics, that is all. It's a game of outsmarting one another. Come on, let me proceed. Then when they realized that Adrasafu was becoming a nuisance, was becoming a disturbance to the caucus, and no more taking decision say, we will remove Adrasafu from Parliament. In whose interest? In no more interest. That is the case. And no more petition speaker. And this is upon a different Adrasafu.
Yeah.
And no cast Parliament. Commander, the same articles are MPP 43 Adrasafu no. Said were absent in the home from Parliament for 42 days. And they invoke Article 71, 97, 1C. And then they joined with Order 16. Ebeneza Kodokum, MP na wa yare no. Nyana no be kan where 136 no. What prevented the NDC from stopping him from voting? Commander. Ebeneza Kodokum,
yeah.
Wa resign as minister. They call me home for me. And no that fears or the hospital. A do about 20 enough for ambulance aba. And now there is swano. A contract demo. And then this is why agent. And before agent. And nobody ballot people command is 1 to 2 years and I know.
So in actual sense,
you are supporting the wrong
the minority could have said, look, they
shouldn't have waited. They should have started, they should have activated Article 97 1C and Order 16. So he has overstayed his welcome in Parliament. Decline him, his seat vacant.
Bobie also want to be the minister. So which is only mean small or minor?
Onye Jumano.
And the other then we just saw your MP.
Why do you allow him to come and vote? Because the other side is taking steps to weaken you by reducing your numbers. What do you have to do when you have clear opportunity? Then I say, oh, Pepe, Why you where you are? Then you are now coming to tell me, say, or be a traitor. What did you tell them when they were elected as members of parliament? Yentigana ha, and a magic budget year too, me boy. One doesn't marry the budget. You went out, you approved the appropriation, me boy, and some of he levy too. You have been disappointing Ghanaians all along. And if there are betrayers in this country, a minority, a NDC as a party, Kona, me di manuko super so do time no. Share we Kwabena MP. Then independent candidate, independent MP. Etimika se me ko ye business with the majority side. Na mu jano e mani transfer as MP as independent candidate MP in parliament. Why? Maybe so. Emrani ye clear. Ufa constitutional ye clear say once you are elected a member as an independent candidate, an independent MP, you cannot join another political party. It is in law. Emrani waha black and white. You know Omunim who said they don't know. 97(1)(h. Are you clear? Article 97(1)(h. I can straight. You see, a member of parliament shall vacate his seat in parliament. H. If he was elected a member of parliament as an independent candidate and joins a political party. Can you tell me, say, Kwabena has not joined the MPP?
I'm not going to join.
Business ban on your parliament or parliamentary business is a do business where that is it. When this is for muti me allocated cop so on MPP for far now. Me what?
No, but allocation was not about on MPP for far down for. No. The issue was that he was attacking the party leadership, including Mahama and his utterances. There is nowhere in NDC statement a young castle on MPP for far down for.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's. I mean.
How about Kwakwanyi?
Koku's statement also is there. I think Koku's issues about insubordination.
No, it is the petition. I'm looking at the content of the petition.
What petition?
Erica Jenum trigger petition against Kwakwanyi.
Fine.
It was petition that led to their removal.
Not down for Kwakwanyi. Down for MPP.
Party, no anti-party activities.
No, you see, you need
to conduct.
Anti-party no, or because anti-party conduct. What you say searches or confirm before now before.
And I must get the petition.
No. Or put clarity on it. The question is, so we say anti-party conduct doesn't mean say
because on several occasions, Kwakwanyi has lauded President Akufo-Addo. Babonabaso. But those are anti-party conduct, and that is what I'm telling you. So, on several occasions, Kwaku brought near Waye said or bought Nanadu Abaso publicly.
Anyway.
And when the you have a member of parliament who came as an independent MP. Deputy second deputy speaker. NDC for so they even propose so on your deputy second deputy speaker. So they went to parliament with that plan. The only plans then go speaker or speaker and no Joe Wise. So at that time, now Joe Wise see young money patron kunu say akoko. They say point and kill me boy. Or so bia galamse azemwe. Your mom mutionku. You supported it. I Dominic Nitu. You supported him. You voted for him massively. Kanovoeta mutumani boom and quite a committee level consensus passing and a more approval no. Between them your friend Kanovoeta educated and one papa.
I'll come back to you.
How Stephen Amwa.
I'll come back. All right, so that's it. Live on Accra 100.5. So, but the point is, those who are not in agreement to whether the discussions here or maybe what McCarthy is raising or what Bobie Ansah, because Ms. Mitchell, I to Facebook and Then the NDC, some of the NDC friends, yes. So, yeah, here some of them come a Facebook page, and with the disagreements now, it seems some of us we understand the MPP much more better. We know them better. So, ebia se me na ebia me kremwa, there are certain things I will do because I know say nipa na me ni deal no onye nipa I say me de me nsafefa no. Probably you know na dragging the argument to that level. Anyway, but quick comment here. Bobie, now prior approval means you either approve or reject. MPs are not obliged to approve the president nominees. Once you enter parliament and the party's name, you are obliged to put the party's interest above any other thing. Why should anybody seek redress in court controlled by Nanado? Charles McCarthy should come again. Okay. All right. So, all right, okay. But quick one before that, no, Ishaku Sadiku, your birthday. You are 5 years old today, and from your mom Hajia Halima to you, Ishaku Sadiku. Nyamemfa Afinka Film. Now Dixon Donko says it is that if you are not MP, you can't petition. And I don't know baby echo. Tata Abraham says Bobie, okay, so let me leave this one. I think that you are not talking in essence here. Kofi Obin, our parliamentarians are our problem. Today, especially the NDC parliamentarians, they are just playing games and they are playing with our lives. Most of them should be voted out next year. Ni Latte says Haruna Muntaka have caused a lot of damage to their colleagues in parliament and they should find a way of repairing it. Okay, so Kojoro versus Commander McCarthy is talking as if he's not living in this country. He knows this how evil these MP people can be. Okay, all right, so as for the parliamentarians, I really don't trust them at all, especially the NDC members. I mean, it's not making sense. Now, Maxwell says, so is it that Maxwell Pessoa Busa saying to send a ministers 30 crown by the constitution and some approval. Yeah.
Not less than 10 and not more than.
Now, Natete says McCarthy, sometimes the fact that some elements are not embodied in the constitution doesn't mean members can think outside the box. Sometimes common sense is also very paramount. Now, Ghana Van Dam says, why are you always on the back of the NDC? What is your problem? Is the NDC the one in government? The NDC is the one in... And that is where I have serious issues. Oh, me matters NDC in Penifomunu beat me this uncommon. And I disagree. I disagree because you can't walk to somebody and tell the person, I'm a better alternative. But then and the person feel like you are... Because... As at 2015, 2016, na Akufo-Addo epe power no ye hunu niema wo mo ye wo krom ha the way mo cross street no ma street ni e basa omo ma amamuo Jomama kasa se na esu ba amamuo from Jomama ave dia Jomama no atimi ka chen nkrofo say wait meko. Yes, that is what they did. So I wonder why NDC for now too jittery that even at the hour can the abo no kra no mo yam sisi omo because mo mpani for na ka kire omo enye ne wa abam se nyo na wa abam dia sa statement bi na ese dum kwati akoya ya me na anya adwene da umo kwa approve ya friend say fifi kweti kwa ka se mienti a o say ya approve no say I sorry can ofrata o na me say no more o me say no more say what me say no more say I couldn't understand that statement to date.
So me papa omuntime to beba no mas ashina
that brebua that you no se kura wie no ameto so I mean, there are certain things I don't get it, but anyway,
interesting.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Anyway, my main fact we famous and my delivery. I am someone releasing a annual report on staffing at the office of the president submitted to Parliament a year and a day. And quickly, Mr. Mona Manfam Tankakra, just to run through near the atoll here we are, then we can work on it. And I read, okay, so pursuant to Section 11 of the Presidential Office Act, 1993 Act 463, the President of the Republic has submitted to Parliament the annual report on the staffing position of the Office of the President for the period 1st January to 31st December 2022. The report covers 3 key areas, namely the number of presidential staff employed at the Office of the President during the period, the ranks and grades of these staff, and employees of other public services assigned to the Office of the President. Now, during the reporting period, there were 2 ministers of state and 44 senior presidential staffers at post. Okay. The other political appointees at the Office of the President numbered 315. This brings the number of political appointees to 361. It is important to note that out of the 361 persons who are political appointees at the Office of the President, only 163 work physically at the Jubilee House. The others work in the offices to which they have been assigned. It is also instructive to note that in keeping with the established practice of previous governments of the Fourth Republic, the 315 other political appointees include special assistants, executive assistants, personal assistants to ministers of state and regional ministers, employees in the office of the Vice President, aides and assistants assigned to the First Lady and Second Lady, as well as employees assigned to government agencies under the office of the President, such as NIP, Monitoring and Evaluation Secretariat, Zongo and Inner Cities Development Secretariat, among others. Moreover, in addition to the political appointees at the Office of the President, employees of public sector organizations assigned to the office were also included. These categories of staff were from different classes, including administrative, executive, clerical, records, secretariat, budget, procurement and supply chain management, presidential household, and staff from the Department of Parks and Gardens, Ghana Health Service, Controller and Accountant General's Department, Ghana Audit Service, Ghana National Fire Service, Public Works Department, and Ghana Postal Company. The total number of these categories of staff was 687. These categories of staff were appointed by their respective public institutions and the civil service and have always been assigned to the Office of the President during previous governments. The submission of this report is a clear indication of the President's commitment to transparency and accountability. It provides a comprehensive overview of the staffing position of the Office of the President and is expected to inform decision-making processes. And from where I sit, Mehusa for raising other issues on the figure. And I think figures, that is where the problem and amount for disagreement with this communique error. But if we are, will be our last submission. Kwajo, Yanante.
Commander, in fact, I can check for Nyashifo. Who's the medical cassa first, because I'm sure you are strong room is 2024. This is a who's your mama or mom boys. This is a and my boys now to choose about 3 or 4. And no, the Marco strong room. Na say NDC private when young crofo so mo strong room. So ka 2020 election. We binim kokoji economy tea. We gina bonti for biscuit for 2 hours. Professors be me Ansah. Yes mo so mo konko Fred John mama mra. So ka Kwabena. No omumra me hade ba na mama na declare bibia. To show the way niema ekoso no so to me na to say NDC for no why dey omwani ada ho omoto to niema ye 2024 there. Strong room do benya crofo don ko ho ma ahwe benya gidi omu. But I'm unless former president or the man be me nu na me Ansah omo ko na ne ne secure nu say what to ye because see to be na America Ashanti last 4 years enke anya ledge be ba ya enke bimpo enke ko second round the 2020 election yam fani nyina nto Kwabena ma de cry e wan this mo ham say wɔn yakɔ parliament yɛsɛ wɔn nkɔnkɔ to ɔba wɔn akɔ sɛbia nyaado nkurɔfoɔ de wɔn yɛ funu akɔkɔgye nneɛma di ama kɔfa asɛm aba ba wonim sɛ ndc foɔ nyinaa wɔn nyinaa ba 80% or 75 to 80% adwo wɔn ti mu ano sɛ nkurɔfoɔ de ba sɛ muti aka ne haruna mo squad ɛdeɛ nyinaa so na nkurɔfoɔ wɔ asa nipa mmiɛnsa no kwan deɛ pɛnti wɔn meanwhile nkurɔfoɔ wɔn to yɛ more than 30 ɛyɛ anum akɔfa nkurɔfoɔ mi na ɛde aba sɛ because of the changes ɛyɛ mo sɛ kyɛ sɛ nkurɔfoɔ na mo bɛyɛ de wɔn yɛ engines na mo ba yɛ ana ndc ni bi a wɔ ha biara no n'ano no a brɛ champon ɛyɛ akyire adeɛ so ɔkyɛ wɔkɔ ɔnivɛtin sɛ ɔhwɛ ya oyusu comment bi saa comment wote fie na wotie ne yia ɔsɛ ato wo pa ne nti wubusam saa akɔhye ato me ne saa wo we na edu ba bi abɔ ndc fo ni ntie mɛma mo nyɛ ne sɛ nkurɔfoɔ bi a mo free system no mu no ana yɛ changes na sɛbia nya ado abufo kakra bae no bɔne bi a bɛba bi ayɛ ɔmo a mesi ndc fo no mo go no abɔnefoɔ no dɔɔso yɛte krowwe mu ndc member of parliament it is alleged one of record also ofosu ampofo
member of parliament there
who busame ndc benefo
no kana me
it is alleged when it come to the way mebo yebebo din one of record ofosu ampofo ena nenam court ato ne ndc benefo dodo ni nyina anim ɛso office na ndikro umia etu umia ene ya wa mia so etu wuti ase ena omde sie eno eba obi aka ho asem ɛda hɔ din mɛmo ɔmo nkɔnkɔ fa haruna ɛna muta ka ɔmo yɛ sɛn changes ɛyɛ no yɛ sɛ nyɛ 3 or 4 yɛ 3 yɛ to aba na bro so ɛbɛ sɛ almost 40 adɛn na mo pikin nkurɔfoɔ bi na de hyɛ ɔmo yɛ te hanom hwɛ nnane nansa against nsɛm bi ba hwɛ speaker of parliament wɔn fi pnc na ba yɛ o wɔyɛ ndc ni mapa wɔn artist wɔyɛ ndc ni ɛmuna wɔba mi nkɔdwe ɛbɔ mi kan sɛ papa wɔ wɔba yi nkɔkɔ yɛ makati mu di mu ɔmo denkyi mi na ɔka ɛsɛ ɔbɔ ka mi kwabena bɛbɛ bɛfɛ bɛ nkurɔfoɔ de nkyimi sadɛ na mene papa mene ni asɛm biaa but mimi hu sɛ saa papa wei sɛ wohwɛ na animu ama ne kyɛ wotumi sɛ papa wei onyakele ɔbɛbɔ all the time ampa hwɛ na ano yɛkɔfa a sɛbia nya tumu ntu yi bɛɛ ɛhɔ no wɔde ne sɛ si ne koko sɛ wɔwɔ tumi ɔno wobɛtumi ama kufura do ɔhu sɛ ayi barricade bi wɔ hɔ bi a ɔno no ntumi ntra ɛhɔ yɛ ne dea enti saa nneɛma a yɛpaase nyinaa sɛ no wɔ barricade no ntumi anya ho hwee ni nyina no wɔ saa ahoɔden no wɔ saa tumi no ɛna wɔntumi amfa mo ndc na no parliament atena se yɛba bɛto aba ndc fo aso 126 ana meboa 136 number na so pɛpɛɛpɛ ya yɛba bɛto aba ato sɔre ya deputy minority leader sɔre ya wɔse sɛ ayi speaker ɔmo nyɛ ready majority fo no nyɛ ready a yɛntu nhyɛ da yɛadwane for next week yɛadwane for what yɛyɛ ba park so yɛtim aso yɛ sɛ opponent for na ma yɛbɛma 3.3 goal wosi adwane for what wɔsɔre ɔkan hɔ ɛma obi atie ndc fo amfa biribi amfi mu yɛte hɔ ne mu na speaker I say wɔ frɛ leaders ɛdɛ ɔmo akɔhyɛ dɛm na ɔmo akɔdwane bi ɔmo akɔdwane deɛ ho kwabena me ibusa wo anya bi adeɛ na ɔmo akɔdwane ho wɔ dɛm yɛba bɛto aba yɛte abɔnten ha ɛba bɛyɛ nneɛma a wosimi de ɔmo kɔhyɛ dɛm wɔde ɔmo kɔɔ dɛm mu ba sɛ ewuom yɛ amutu wɔte hɔ no ma yɛhwɛ wɔhwɛ ne phone so saa message yɛ ba nyɛ nkɔla message wɔte hɔ no wɔyɛ adwuma bi ahwɛ ne phone so wote ma se da bia no deɛ mo da mo nka ho mo sɔre na 1 2 na mutaka ne nkrɔfo mutaka ne haruna ɔmo yɛ sɛn etipa mo kyerɛ saa to ne mutaka yɛ leader no ɔmo yɛ leaders no na ɔmo nkrɔfo mo di ɔmo akyia na ɔmo yɛ adwene no ɛne saa nipa 35 to 30 nipa ɔmo aka nyina na ɔmo ni ɔmo side saa na ɔbɛ mo kyerɛ na ndc ne wɔde me ka kyerɛ ndc fo ne sɛ wɔn mpanimfo no ɔmo di ɔmo anim no mɛmo ɔmo nyɛ obi ani sɛ nyankopɔn asa aboa ɔmo aboa ɔmo ba bɛkɔ election wukɔ no post sɛ ayi di abra kwade nyame na aboa wo kɔ ɔmo to abantia nkrɔfo nyinaa mɛmo ɔmo nyɛ ɔtwe nyi adoa mo akɔto abantia mo
but the na kyerɛ sɛ ɔmo mbɛba no so they are coming to act different
ɛno de yenim saa time ayi ba no se nipa na ɔbɛ bɛhwɛ wiase so no ɔba media bɛba bɛba su kɛkɛ wote ase wɔse de ayi na agenkwa na ba media me yosmafo wo mu de anim ɔmo abɔnefo yi nie wo mbɛba ne anim ɔmo entiam fa ne se pepa bɔnefo na fio ne de papa ba kwabra temase ne de papa na ba so NNDC fo wɔn si ai na ɛba no ɛno de esi mu ɔdɛkyɛ ni nyinaa si ai na ɛde ba no kwabra nim se bɛpa ase mesi na no me ne MPs bi me nkrofo bi ne nkrofo bi me no nkokɔhia ne kasa mo se hwɛ na primary si ne bɛkɔ debra mo nyine ho munim kwaye bɛfa so akɔtuatua sika ka mo nyina ho nka me yɛ baayɛ ebi ne ranking members ne ade ebi ne bank bank back
ye penny ade omtimi ye de koso bi omunya nte dum pempenso si akobra na ma akire tutosi a ese nipa timi didi utimase enti NDC fo no so mo bibi ya wo mo krofo mo tesu nei omo punish on ba bi omo koi eno penny ade ombetu apart from that memo omo koyi otwe eno omo koyi adoa na se omo de blame na man krofo bi nko ama omo painting krofo bi black e wade enu which is not true. And the leadership from Bobie Angels and omo comments on make biano wo shout bibi on beka biano wo sha asemo ho and this na wo hon de now omo de di omo de me catch om say CIA bai me catch om say on besa pass atum because NPP for your transit ehun say enkrofo am go to omo aba ni wie na so omo pass bibi abedin say omo timu omo be collection wo de to ho apa wo de to utima say ope bibi akọ na ni ba bi shame me stekam de ham yo stekani keti amode no mkoyo ministry o omo ko fa hwema na ba bi omo anwene ho kura ba se party for no tutia omo ne say sa judges mi yenu no wo mo so sa ko twa NDC o Supreme Court o wo pe umpo election ba be koi e wo pe umpo ko di akufa na di agro do be court wo de court apale ho di agro pe wo yi ahwefom asa mo ye research e nipa for the buy NDC for my research wo say me enu de omo NPP appointees omo NPP ni mapa ti mo pass me enu amamko me enu ndem so mo nyi omo ntumu kra da de enu se de enu so buy wonu so omo so afamu ko wo mo de omo ko tra ho permanent o Sekani keti amoda ka how many weeks how many months na beba e de no nkwakwɛ ho wo mo de ento mo de ne mu na NDC MPC no wo mo anwina hu se enne minya sam one ye masoa election petition me kona nkrofo na e panel ho yo mo twi wo mo mu ni anim ye bo ho director general wo panel mo gu opeyapon enu na NDC fo anwene ho NDC wa antutu niye enu tram se NDC fo mo branches ne constituency ne region sa mo mpanin fo no mu parliament changes are normal obi ka mo yom so ese nya old hands obi aba no eniu parliament dan esisi oni panim but the other side of the conversation say right now constituency for no wine to aba emma wine me for instance I've refused to mention names because one take care about all the innocent people be fra e be wi ase no obi a onye bone
no put no comment
so me free others there assembly see no issues about people throwing names around I many interested now going forward no is it that parliamentarians you omunye bibi papa bia da na
Kwabena since the Kufu Adaba so this way and any man nyina mo pass yet ya no be levy say no and this NPP number nso e wo walk out okay satan papa ya MP no walk dey to come mo say ambulance na besi abonte on do dem yet hanom ene obitimi impose on no share nose mask ni tikase ne kon na no kase e betra wo mu aso ya dwasafo wo yira fi ti sankro fo yo mugu dem Kwabena wo da so ogidie bi wo mu so mo nsa amra megu dem ho biemu ana eniema ya ba ya Kufu Ado ba ya nyina ya passing nyina nkofo ya passing nyina nya papa ba squad number ye pe number tanya NDC fo mo opposition kam NPP fo na nke opposition ena nka NDC wo power ena nka wonya 137 wo tuma nya 137 obia ni wo be minority kebe trafra obia goto be left kebe messe chair ne de be messe akọ school obia nyem we eso se timi agya tum se minority emi ye gye hutum se ne yaketwa e donk ye number nsumpo a ye koto abampa ne ya walk out Kwabena wa hu bi da se number enso ye de walk out se de ambulance bia beto se papa ne tim ambulance nipa fi mu mayo onwura da mo so a ye count ne nka ho enti dia ade papa be ne sa tim iba ye mo abeya ese ya de mfoforo bia na ehu a ese gege omo so a ye ntimi nye changes e man krofo foforo so ma ne ntimi nye changes ase sa ne be kono ana onim se NPP fo na Kufu Ado de me da bia meka je na me no nko ami control wana gina me nya de me pade ni team ni nim ye pa oba ye wonim say that day pass 11 years and birthday so kaya enema ba mi ensanko an ye nya e de woho ano wan ye pepepe mi sa we and wa sare foforo ba ne sa pass atum mo da so ti wono mo sa gigi nkrofo etu pick nkrofo e de nkrofo di film ye agi nkrofo Kwabena no de memo mo nya kra and this for mo omoto no de ye so ogira ho no po no ahwase dada abonefo fa wo do mo ya de nya yie sika ye nkwaje no enu wo de bia na meta meka Some yammy, you come out some office, so okay, I'm a a boy 11 o'clock to 12. Who do on Monday for us, Labaka hospital? Mimi NPP, it will be called the chum, a call come. But Ocean Crawford, my son, Honoma, some Crawford, will you sure say, who can $5 per $1 rate, a quarter never for a rate to say, what about money in Anajo? A Kufadu will do. Ninsa, good at changing, and good at say, oh, may Jinian Chedi. Then near Macacre when you pass Yamana, and this is for Gitum at the Toniama. Yes, sir, about Unim Quata. Yakanning in NDC, executive, and to Tuniama ye. Young Fa will blow to some uncle for so mudi, and when you get to a certain time, young Fanko Fanko, some of the MPs, some your students. And one your students be a coach on 1 year. And I'm your national chairman, and I'm your general secretary. My Cocoa Parliament, some show Musu Thursday, Michelle Musu Friday. And the NDC for Pennyfont to be MPs in transit. Near no among 12 again, you know among Cassa. Your mom theatre the reason to Muyani say. Dance a beco traho, a cocoa almost. Ade, what to be the name Chiaco in Suano. A pundo about to be for some manenum. A drew by no moon ponebia will be one in Bobie about 20. Miss Sampany for no young to was here when you may be so. No general secretary no. Because Nadia now would get a cacana for your card. You may mini card into the me for no count. Why? We now Casano, oh, we almost to the card bearer member of NDC. Me Bobieansah. Bobieansah no come see the one now Casa that one out Trump. Saquano. When in a Casa, not one who are the NHS and Chowbay card. Could you, me and this national chairman. Thank you. God bless you. I don't know because I want him. I want to make a yeah. Kwabena baby. Because you, but be a bedroom, be a baby, I said, Bobie and Disney, be a catcher or in Disney. What band this? And you my band this me and Disney. Okay, come on. Matua says. Simple. Me, MPP, I owe me 2 minutes because me are Santi by default. Yeah. Me ya wo me ma me na nanu asantima mpo ya pare Rollins abo no nam so me pare bie me nyini ya me nyimi ya me hu me nim nyansa madwene mu da ho ba bi ho ye no ba bi ho nye untimi na da mato ase enti me de se nya me kura ba no se NDC fo nyina be ko head na nya me bebusa se Bobie ye NDC akache se me se we NDC ni na on fa me ko head mato ase ye nko anim woni ma de America general secretary yes no General Secretary no Babedi no. Yes, I did General Secretary. General Secretary asemo ba. Munya research about 2 year a secret ballot. Obi an sheda hu osimasi na obintin and I told the enye. What man say? General Secretary ni Facebook page or something. WhatsApp page. No akotwe nkrofo di agu. Ah. Na General Secretary mo so ko lectures na on fa buku nko no. Mo so oni ma de eche obi ano. Si say an no we ye ne niema. Adabraka. Yam say penimfo pani due matemante na de oye de etese se be kon abon wey na party na wo ho no crack kakra bi o e ho no emu atete kakra mu na ese mo ka sa ayi break breaking na bobo mu a hwade akoye nipa 25 na do mu din ba ye no wo pese o kire sei Kwabena what bida wo ye drone no de check ya na de no de check ye anai wo camera wo de check ye you say no general secretary no babedi ye no one gasa me wo de general secretary na mempe because untimi nko it's alleged say no wo kwete sorry 8 good years antonka wo ba ye na this for Mr. Moto abama wo betima chem say do mama years ni nyina what general secretary din wo baby what ni nkan baby da wo nyina platform bi so anya bibia da wo so in parliament bi e na okokoye na sorry wo ye wie ye no ba NDC for by mistake from the man ne bro for sem no church and just like that no mun kan kire ne se won to ne bo no no kwa na yin ki woni pay mu wo gu party na mu ase ye no ye ni abro ye ko rounds akwa ko nko obi da adwuma ye bobo mo obi ye sa be ko biem ye pese 2024 do mama na pam forma emra ye mpe osi akwa afo obi so obi wo 2028 wo say akufa do times anom de ya lanche matemo there be another 4 years can say we na pese ye ma no say sa na me so yankofo bi so pese joma ma beba na joma ma so onyini ye no enko no be ko sa akopim so nyina be wu abom say ya Kwabena me de manu si form no ni nyina chiri say be catch your mampani John Damani mama one so too gentle ne camp also so nkrofo bebre ho no mu as advice ni nye papa adu mmerɛ bi a Jericho afasuo no ɔmu bu no amfa nkurɔfo papa mmra ne nkyɛn na nneɛma bi wɔ no ma ɛnkɔ yie ne yɛntoto nneɛma yie yɛka na NDC for ni di watem ne se WhatsApp e beba saa bebre ba me catch omampani John Dramani mama wo ye papa pa wo de nkrofo bi atwa ne ho ahia ya nkrofo no na mo number ebi ye MPs ebi ye normal members and to MPs no mo madwuma mo constituency. I can use one of Adenta MP and once Adenta to parliament ye no okọ wo ka mo mama office and no pen no dey born ho some staff ni me ma example ni bi omampani John Dramani mama o make sure say and na o ma ni nya den no an kan nkrofo bi fi ho no odru ba bia. What I say, Nipa Gini dia Yahudi and the betima aye. Ama now on Panida Dako form no Nina Fro Biobiafa. Opeso call Mohon so simple. Opeso call Manpanida da John Damani Mcheya Jericho first when Yadiketwa. Woman so can cre. And Grofono war no. Woman so can create Yaman one night crest wada. Well, office person when you walk. Sound for 4 win or Mama Papa any time any hour any other.
All right, thank you. Anyway, so we have other text messages here, and Tete Abraham says, "Kojoya is making my day." All right, Alexander Kwesi says, "Commander, this guy is making sense, because if we start to vote them out and bring in new MPs, obviously those coming will do their work diligently, knowing that they will vote against them." All right. That is the other side of Kamari.
Commander. Bedazipi, me chairman, more bazo Johnson Moody now.
Yeah. But my you see, let me do this. Kojo Busama Sembi. Now the entire Cecilia Madame Fubi or me from American was sending me a message that I shouldn't say may end this. But let me put clarity on this. Say, one thing with the MPP is that Kwame Sefaka is a proud member of MPP. On fancy, only problem there. And he is a card-bearing member. And the MPP accept him as such. Paula Dumotre, a known MPP card-bearing member, media practitioner. Minya Captain Smart, on several occasions, when he sits on his program, or Castle or no MPP ni, or be any problem with Kroma. Madam for sending me a message because and Crofoni be on my media Juma, they don't want people to know so me and this for. Please, South for no, they can just stay in their corner. I'm different from them. MPP nye better than NDC. NDC nye better than MPP nye Ghana for. Where I belong to, nobody can tell me it's a memfa where I belong to NCA. Nobody. You can only tell me that I should be fair. And from multimedia, from Asempa FM 2008-9, that time na media folk so be better baby or because that time all your media near force as our MPP ni. I mean, we just proved to the system that any day, any time, we can bulldoze our way through without fear, without intimidation. So, me obi anya worried. Enipa also on tia say me Bobie Ansah say me here in this no. Oye bema no anante aba. Oye bema no anante aba. Say identity na so here in this ni. Then we settle scores. So please get it straight, right? Even Kwesichum at the day he made the Kwesichum Busame, I told him in his face, I support NDC. Damn multimedia, damn Asempa FM. I don't need it. So hey, me tukwa yacho, me ni abrepa, baby I'm free bano, walk by Jackie. Please, Kabarenko.
Midazipi, me Chiagana for Majibrani Adajeti, Titru, Chiniamba, Amanyoku, me freezer Javron planes nearby Mammy Bush and Fufi. Penny be Sheme, a year only Manam for Tibuatin, Michiana Numre. Bobie, say, Nipapani, a can of was seven at the Pansu near the Huncomo. Tianyam was saying they know. Abusuano do no common kese no abesi ndisi so sanse se oba be abusua peni na be abusua ti na amanfo nyagidie wo mu se obetumi ayo na wana moto no mfum so oba ko mienu bi ba ho a eye den a be spark a bit of discussion obi also ebe che na dwen komo a menua no adie. I respect their opinions, but the baby people who are abia yen benya disagreement kakra ene ye kan onobu fifi kwete ade a ode to WhatsApp pages in ade. I think it's out of komodie bi e course ansa na ye koto aba no because ye hia na chichire boy se ba bi ye manta mabo ade ho na ye san no ndi ye chichire boy se ye kwenu we ni ye koye na se aba na manfo de ho adase die ba was ye post na ye mo bi ehunu say this is what the decision we took. And these are the people who went by the decision. So, me be approach no na a bit to me as a son of Kakra, be say no ya de a bit to me. The issue about say the problem for no p na track and him penny don't money mama who is here who con on na so adani de can hon. I think say Jesus Christ grab by no na or more no money be your papa. And you know, Pempens why you do there to me, I feel say let's look at how best they will be able to be contributed to the success. Now, for when into be a also ejina mahamachi and now di mahamachi. The job is about broken economy. I feel say more experienced hands and a bit to me asani a free sample and that experienced hand is John Dramani Mahama. And you know, whatever you find, wherever you find yourself in your own small way, no, now what me contribute to the way to me abwa ama Dramama timiaba the my excuse me na wasani omai no afri portray no minua makati ni edin komo na or establish the premises in terms of law adwuma required of a member of parliament na o ichechemunu fapem kase pa na se party interference grade enkenka mache badwa fu adwuma no correct, but to every law there is an exception. Anything na no ada obekaya MPP from mache badwa for be aduokono and we train 98 members of parliament. Eba bontinsa gufo de ntimi hwe mawo ma menua ba eba kenoforiata ense wo man sika sem nuru pempenso aduru no na abamanyokwa ye frɛ se ye wo mrema na nipa ba ko pe age ade na ta na ni asase kononwo kaya ono a wontumi soa na ontwe ne ho mo bi soa na o man ye ho kire ye sei enti se wan yi kenoforiata free ho a business kra e would baba parliament nya de a ye bekokra na ye den yakọ support invi budget kura na ade ba no yensaje de enimbi Bobie ade achi na general secretary of the NPP din krata aba monte so supporting the government has always been the stand of the NPP and until almost Rashid Bidafo say omu nyina mom hu mode so support government until such a time omampani ahyehyɛ ana wahye bo say iwi IMF negotiation ne de obeye you know nanka MPs ne betimi aka say the law says say they are at liberty to serve the people of Ghana as the law has stipulated. But say our party between say yen constitutional rights say we can boycott government business because parliament is a watchdog on the executive. And yen constitutional rights say be check abano say or the matrema kwa for the tip on cause for the year juma yen hwe saade no nkoso say o man no nanka your right, but they rather decided to turn to the party's directive by not going your friends are going by our initial plan not to support the government and not to support budget reading and what have you. And yes, Emrano Ohwa, a Juma members of parliament by ye, but science members of parliament they are not born out of vacuum. Ghana a multi-party democracy in here. Yeah. And to be our parliament from 92, generally our parliament came on a ticket of a certain political party. And until now honorable Kumaru MP anyway say by election the MPP have much stake in terms of kwan ben yebetimi aye your friends here by election internal party rally krano Mr. Rally primary squad send ye be ne de keka ho enti say MPP ni ama NDC ni ntimi kwatana na konwa so that is the partisan positions I want parliament enti said the party be wo aban na ye hu ni say any responsibility at stake should be seen as collective responsibility for aban no party na wono ne party na ngasa so na party be produce members in parliament no form a group whatever decision whatever worker sa MPs ni here should be seen as a collective duty of members of parliament no and sa manuku no no be say or can say some of the things that wait me disqualify obi no some of them were not stated in the NDC your friends the directive for the member of parliament na mpokwa na appointees are yi omo no what were some of the reasons here legally wait me disqualify obi Bobie yan for obi to say Brian Champon militia commission report to ebaye say wa suma mranti a yekwa national security ye ni momo yekwa Ghana police service ye ni momo na omo akọ exert mayhem on innocent and unarmed Ghanaians now because oye part of that corrupt system the corruption clearing agent atimia shielding no na wa born ho ban
which is criminal.
Yes, criminal. In some jurisdiction but now will face serious judicial prosecution. But because Akufo-Addo was so basa so because Akufo-Addo in his outlook is a violent characteristic, you know. Ultimately show the Brian Champon. And so I'm from Rabia Maya they are dealing with Brian Champon. The court of public opinion has a serious case against the person and the candidature of Brian Champon. In terms of political party, you don't need a Bible so them and now a dance here beba Ansah ni akase onipa say no you don't need to approve and otherwise you read post your friends say you Sam George here on his Facebook page wow sabe our conscience our badaya na what timabian if you read that post you will see say it's not just a passionate and emotional post but I idea revealing the truth because Sabra Champon utimi kofa Goro Boys utimi kofa Invisible Forces mnantie shisha omuntare no mushia ukwalik member of parliament near panel soon just because of election purposes then he passed that and also the parliament beyond that yasan bonidi say be a minister of state again and then when they see here and a deputy minister of national security edi kan yi ni free then they see here yes it's true say he who appoint can disappoint and Akufo-Addo no di to me man no at any point in time no bet imagine to me na free nisam but what was the reason yenim say Akufo-Addo doesn't own as any explanation but ye nyina sabi asabi woni eni hu adanse a Bobie ye timi twa asem no hu bi e de adanse yenim say out of the public uproar by sansem hunu anyamra sansem e course wa yawa so weso agontina Akufo-Addo nya opportunity to do reshuffle no oyi Brian Champon every ho sa nti yes I believe the all kind of mramu MPs but some of these things were enough reasons for minority MPs to reason with the people of Ghana na omo etimi eto abanitia and not just based on party directive Ghana for ena e was say nyina abre bi e was say you take decision no ye hia obi aye baako na Bobie nyina e bobo ho de ne emfa Ghana nye sika se ne ye de betimi aye mra ba ne ye eni hu se sa ade no obi eni obetimi asi sa adan no am ye nyina hia eni ye nchiche kuro no mu oman no mu peace your friend mpeswa na mpeswa bia yi nipa baako mra so being in parliament is not just for your personal interest but representing the people omo wa sa mpeswa no a wo free mu ba no and any decision who taking aside some of these criminal issues around the candidates aside some of the other legal issues I betimi aka ho asem no you have your friends one as an individual no you have a way of your friends ubetimi nipa na toto nso ne anim based and compare juxtaposes against the current circumstances of Nkrofo representative who are the representative of this your friends omo my MPP MPs and NDC MPs and Nkrofo NDC MPs representative omo no Bobie omo ho ato omo ana die enim ni say oman no sika sem akwatwe a ye nyina ye bre sabi ye dan so hye a ehye yen what are some of the contributing factors Ghana for say some of this is because of the balloon size of government ayewo any duplication of certain institutions. I don't think I'm maybe a Bobie. Near one Ministry of Communication and Information as one ministry. None the Yachem Ministry of Information separate, communication separate. I don't think I'm maybe a Bobie. Near one Ministry of Local Governance and Sanitation as one ministry. None the Yachem. I don't think I'm Bobie. Near one Ministry of Tourism and Chieftaincy. None the Yachem. I don't think I'm Bobie. Near one Ministry of Agric Fishery and Aquaculture. None the Ministry of Fish or not so that. Near see a sample for be. I'm never heard the Greek sector. That is how comes in Pataso. Not branch up from her body and Manjiswana. It's duplication of institutions. And yet this is for one and I can. Bobie Pentecostal and charismatic church leaders. It's your Mampenio Mokacheno. Downsize your government. Catholic Bishop Conference. Omusio Mampenio Mokacheno. Downsize your government. Minority opposition leaders in this country. Omakacho Mampeni. Downsize your government. Why? Because of the critical position we find ourselves as a country. And who taking decision there as a representative of the millions of people who have a problem with the duplication of institution now you use what we call court of public opinion. Not just based on candidates' competence, not just based on whether they qualify or not, but based on the current circumstances we find ourselves as a country. Say, Nampo Kwanimi Hodu on Kakra. Can it force Omanpenina why vindictive? Omanpenina wabo yen fita duku. Omanpenina yesu krano yen mono. See Hodu on here approve Sankro for where. Can it force him to do what is right and what is good in the face of the public eye? That was what we're asking for. And until see a Shiakukum, near yet Nasa Monoko, your phone bakumu dear. Yes, dear, ye mount for no, ye sample see a video menim, or more can ye, and tea a baby ya, yen yanko fuck home with you, a bebwa. Ama or Mampenin because Mampenin said you trust him said the judge will be. And you go for to know what the cano, and I can't like 4 car, Pentecostal 4 car, media 4 car, and I know him for 4 car, and I want here, and I want boy and fit to do good. Yeah, for sooner because a name no Sabia so say Nado. Then Sasha Yanum, and so boy, your pump maybe. I see no one ever seen in Sasonia Cano and Amawa. And it's a 1 yet, yeah, or minimum for a pair of Maya. Yes, you are approve ministers. It's simple as that. That party we said this is the position. Let's go by that position. I feel that it is only honorable for us as members of parliament because Akufo-Addo, the ministers, the members of parliament, MPP for omunye ready. Say ade ahotobe the ordinary Ghanaian. Ade asetenamu yedie beba. Ade nipa bra bomu nkoso beba na obobeye. Enti position Akufo-Addo ateki. Eno na chairmen ateki. Position Akufo-Addo ateki no. And one afenyo mark ya teki. Position Akufo-Addo ateki no. And one MPP mra sebe do phone na teki. Enti nanka mpenisa ho hina tinye jam already a. Nanka Ghana fo ani da so mo wura mo ani da so nyina ya donkuma no. Senka hi amre die. Anka yamba sa mo wura ni titi wo mo ho. Na serve as deterrent Akufo-Addo say timamufo no kasa because there's no person who can change me and who can from them. See, I use media now winter here. We have a credible minority here. At least they will force you to do the right thing. And the Kwabena said, minority no, Ebu party no, any Ghana for Sebe. You know this year here there, or any kind of plight and cause, or move to go and a bimukoto about otherwise, you know. Bobie, wa, and I will be doing hamwa. You feel the pain. And not just as politicians and our NDC members and our but we have some teeming population or belong to any political party. No, so if you can near or representing the hopes and aspirations, now they all born to us already Ghana for them say, minimum crash here could come in Komopi. I'm a boss at Grabam. And the more you who say, what do you mean, but it doesn't take anything away from the fact that we are still one strong political party who believes in building a better society, building the Ghana. See a better money and yes, but Enyadia Sebe, Yase Ubufua, Yankantam, Sansuna, when you Pia, Yanshabo, Yantimin Kantam, Beniza Kozo, or one a boy in Bobie. This is a minority, and they are two of minority and they yes or Montumago Abontin. Some minority grow yano and penikaye. Yase, Obetima ye papa a pim, but Bonema could not tell me a domo yede. Ekai. This is the minority almost standing against a referendum on your friends and politicizing our local governance election. No more Krumha. Omujina get his young play. Ama ya manyo sometime time you fan go unit committee election, assembly election, any DC election, all in the names of Mampeni Besi Akoto Aba, any DCs. Sa power no Mampeni can episode de Emma Ghana for no. Article 243 clause 1. A man who cries say the 2/3 majority in parliament. And this time Ghana for without necessarily going to a referenda. And Article 51 clause 3 now no person yakwa son in India. No was to politicize our local governance system. And also Ghana for no mompe. Minorities stood their ground and made sure say, sir, now your politics and time, the young fan come from home. Minority grow ya boy Emma, Ilebi, Ekade, no good for the 1 year for 7 retrogressive taxing or the Ghana for Kumunu. Yeah, you know, even though you're here everywhere, but it's at the minimum barrier at least. Obi about 700 cities bi amana ma mia to kode mama obi are na nka na pomdi ni chifare eswate kakra no ono so ho ahenha no kakra. It is this same minority and a good for the year na adwen say wan hwe dabi no ma ba mu a they still need a majority in parliament and in kemra che badwafie no kwesi oro enko mu to agu no must a certain new your friends in Parliament House ebefa as many as 350 members of Parliament. Now can you do swamia? You much swamu by 4. Now manya mnasebe for the P minority in Parliament plus some people of Ghana. You sorry jinaya. You to me boss I don't know etugu ye minority for ya and nay ye nim kusi boate and kwabena boate. Ewo National Cathedral sense ho minority grow ya and nay National Cathedral sika na no mampenisi emfanko ho. Omutimi kwa you free at committee level by voting vehemently against them. And this minority have stood shoulder to shoulder with the people of Ghana. Minority grow ya neya ne ajapadila and gagu for the nabusu yankwa akwati company. Abedi o man yesika former goodie nyina ho adodode. Akwadi say something called ajapadil. Omo na be determine a certain benchmark. Now world market mo determine the price of gold. Now what do you mean determine if you don't have the power to determine a price of a commodity? How do you determine the benchmark of that commodity? Revenue ebenya frimu. Eni nyina no minority creators original ye equity ajapadil PDS ya. Do do no ameto ni dinsi e friend no PDDC. Ba me ani kenofori ata no. Ene papa ya no o mida. Then energy minister no nyina aka ho. Esi ya ton ECG. Ewi ase e dandan ya kra ma sika nka America man e de bre through the compact agreement. Sika ni nyina Donald Trump ka say enya de odebeba because mpenifu edi enim no wo mo ya kromfo mpenifu edi enim ko so ngwa ya fra mu awi barawo ntinya de sika no baba 3 months to 4 months light bill omji okrom ha o my Ghana yen sanka but Ghana ye gina he say e fa ho ni sika krakra kwa o mafadi no na shebedwa donkuma ya gina he e ma sa PDS notorious scandal no enya de e ba mu American negotiated deal but charge kwa no so president edi ano ni akufa do kwa share dem say America dondomani mama ekwaye negotiation yan $510 million no omo do makwa renegotiation ama price na peja ko 1.3 billion na Bobie why no say won go to nso we enso no to no service ni board no ni panel say kodi ano o kodi ano by housing so manya 30 Ghana cedis minority kro ya na original ye enye sanko ma Ghana boka over 800 million in excess eko share sa omo nasty and notorious scandalous American renegotiated deal ye kan hwasem akufo ado luxury jet asidanka onobo Samuel Okude to ablakwa wodi na no tumu donkuma ya o di na no tumu se nyomo ananya Okude to anadonkuma ya ye kan mo hwasem ne ya enka de wa hwe ya akufo ado kokuma se kra yesenke ko Paris ako ha private jet bre no one say wa broni ko manya babia dware. These are people, at least it has limit. It has been limited. At least he has limited, right? And now no that omo ko Dubai then conference of Emirates. At least it means minority peja ansem no Ghana for do manu tumu no. At least onya ye kra no so ye den. E so tia ye save some amount for the country. LGBTQ trumu someone. And now so ma for almost 2 years. You didn't for textbook rank command kwala school mu because omukoye standardization and curriculum review no the LGBT trumu akoshe kwala no book mu say as a young girl, as a young boy, you have the right to choose who you want to have sexual affair with. And yes, I don't know what no dear. Monko machina mombrabe. Efie mienu sanso makwaje pawremfo nti. Omudim fasika no kobi. No mudim my stezu at the basic level. And then NDC minority MPs led by Honorable Sam George. Any anuanum bia maka. Omo na push anti gay bill our parliament. When you na yenwuma adom kuma no ne yegina
shoulder to shoulder omaboa enti me dem feel say yes the omaye no enya ade ane ebojo so the omaye no enya ade aye ni je ho the omaye no ade abamubuo ba but yen kai say nipa kro ya enne ye atwe omaboa so no omasum ye sompa omo ne yagina ako ama nnema bone ne hihye bone anka ban di be ye ekom ama ya brobo sa nyema nyina ba mu a enne wa hwe anka Ghana chen Sri Lanka but for minority omo interventions at least nyema mu ye dimum but we cannot compare it under a regime where enkasa bone ye fusem nyina ba me ne a very funny question say na we are sure say Donovan Mama Benya Crofo calculation room there. Me gidi say I know the ABA na ye mugu bi keke. Because if MPP as a political party going into 2016 election, same see ye yi national chairman film, ye general secretary, nya reshuffle keke o. Ye yi omo free party no mu. Omo kura nya nipa de omo ko strong room there. Then NDC as a political party, me Mahmoud Kabore, me mathematics pa. I think some so minim kakra. Enu ti say biscuit and tea for na mama ndi omu dia. Since Omuketi Central Front Plains constituency from Kumewu in Ashanti region, that is what our NDC seat. But I've delivered victory for the NDC for 3 times, and I'll do it till we are some better way. And to me, say obi ni engine India, me pa George Midi, and nipa bebre a mo integrity. Actually, I am pim wordism. It's just by way of say, you better use a better way of doing our selection. Ni a pem crop for papa, edo makwa kwa boa mo dwumadi na. Nti media me feel say Bobie enka we kra de. Enka o man no asem kese kra. And me ji say pim haye. Ade here ye pa ye asem kese. E nsem a kanima mpani do no mani ma boss. Say, we live with a president today who does not take responsibility of anything happening in the country. Bibia is anybody, some people and bad for themselves. Bibia wa man mu bia. Enyo mo na enye bibi na de ba ya, bifufuro na de ba ye. Na abanya wa be dia konwa be ye mfie akoni mfie nso. Either so blame opposition party. If that is not a useless government, Bobie, I don't know for want of better word they make me you should dia momo. Abanya name no ka say. O say oku galamsey. Na wa pamo mrantie nyina free that turn kwa breakroom. Manso kwanta da bretum manso tontokrom na ni deputy speaker in parliament say omo makakra mu hia bia mu tuo nku omo na mpara operation task force vanguard for ekobo mrantie bi tuo ku omo wo friends say achemu Kwabena e wo chebu potem because they were doing galamsey na nei still ensuo na ni ntia no na say nkrofo bi da so ye galamsey no he for na ye na no ni asem a obi be ka say it was a question for the gods. Na min chadie frimpop watia wa no mo kwa nakra na aba boncha betu na numu tuo say because Bobie bobo mo chichie no a ono afiri so ase abeka chem say odenchem ene ya me no ka say de on ka tiasefo ho no Bobie I have no cause to doubt bo mo chichie because me mintin so na say obi ase ene nkrofo mo ti Jubilee House ewo ekrom hankran ha nkrofo mo ne agufo de cabinet meetings nkrofo a mo ka MPP majority caucus ho omo na ema yesu ni say omo na etu galamsey no na uko bi say Akufo de say adanti na wontimi wi ni galamsey fight ya obeka cho say nya no fault Akufo will tell you it's not his fault Bobie hwe say enye o man Ghana ye ho akiri ya ko si say sabi ye wo abofra fofra eduru ede mama no yare bi ti say polio ni measles ni ade ntimi che no kran no man Ghana ye ni bi ye ko bi say Akufo de say wi ase na ebi ni ho onsa Marizia and Ukraine no COVID. Meanwhile, near Sodafa, Croa, Ako Cote d'Ivoire, Ako Nigeria, I see a Slamwa, Modia Munim said a Mumanati Munyama, Modo Mumaka, and what's in Roni be the backroom panel. Ye verification now the world market of Mr. Brona Sotono, Sane and Kuntumpo for 1 night. As we be said, Pufwadwa, Obeka Russia, Ukraine, and Amanu when you're Roni Binto, Bobie me Pacho, Nigeria, Russia, Ukraine, Ebiniho. Cote d'Ivoire, Russia, Ukraine, and Nuhonum. And then Krumha, Obisa Gufada say, add any inflation, you do hyperinflation. Now inflationary figures, over 50%, or see Russia, Ukraine. Meanwhile, Zambia cry and then equal IMF, Zambia, the inflationary figures, 9.4%. Zambia, the inflationary figures, 9.4%. Or no cry, no say, African country. Nini say, I walk IMF, I copem one. Nini 9.4%. enti Zambia ha COVID nduru ho Zambia mo nka global economy no a Russia Ukraine potential effect no aka mo ana enunti just like John Dramani Mahama said, before you can become a leader no, you have to have the spirit, the courage to accept responsibility. That is why I remember if you are choosing a leader, you choose someone who can accept responsibility. Alan Chamati and the flag bearer, or call the trade and industry ministry. Now manufacturing sector, was growing by 7.5%. And now I didn't do my year to also be president. At Swati about 4.5%. And you're the fourth. Baumia ever be friends, vice president. Okoye 170 question lecture. Say see the no ana yano 3.84 Ghana cedis no. And say one need to pon kwase sem. Abra see dia ho ade omo wa ban mu see dia ho ade ba fam. Na ye pe marima mo ma ye hwetwemu ahead dia ma see di na ho ade ba fam. Ni mpa ho ade ma no 50 member committee a yet yamfa Baumia nka ho. I suppose economic management team chairman no yamfa na nka ho. Bobie wonim say na me no kase. Uko Bank of Ghana supervising officer or here omo financial your friends eniema so aye obi IMF for African Kenya. And now no andra vice president US vice president Baha was it 139 million no go dey amake for that na Baumia no ne aban no sebe ya omunni sebe omo fa nyanyema hunti omo kwa power obi afri America brochimamu amana betina finance minister as technical advisor na economists no we have the men way but we so mo omega say no omo fort enti Bobie be dey me feel say ade ehun hia pa as a country and say let's look for people who can garner that courage who can have that boldness. Sabi Mahama said no one can one fa dum so free ball and mau obetoye but he stood up to the task said we have to solve it for the general good of the people of Ghana. Sadly there's need be na yepe enunti na NDC for ahohoahoa say enra omukwa balloting kwa no Owura John Dramani Mahama esa fa ballot number 1 13th May Bobie ye ye paper no a ye be reading the graphic front page no anya fe ni ye go hwe for ma story fufuru bia ye je ya soro hwa ballot number 1 fam ni ato ama John Dramani Mahama said ye be ya ochena bi no ye be nya mampani a odi ye so a he would not overburden the most vulnerable people as say pensioners and they omo ho asama ba bonje sabe nko obi a wokọ pension Bobie wokọ to benz adam wokọ to atare foforo omo de ye bia enuro a moto light be ni water be na so abanya omo no humane aban ti ponkoso abanya kro no asemu made onima bo yarefo and that is what Akufo-Addo and Baumia is doing. We have to come together as a good people of Ghana. Na ye hu say a communal labor ye mpam oso no de na sefo nyina nko nwuram na o ma Ghana emfa no to ma pamfra. Okay, merci ababi quick comments here. Abdul Fattah Zongo says good evening Accra FM. You guys are doing a wonderful job. Thank you. Gabriel just says the NDC needs to set up. Amwa Redeem says this guy is too wise and his argument is dupe. What a great communicator, bravo. And in reference to Kabore. Tete Abraham says good analysis from Kabore. Tete Teddy Best in Belgium says so it's true this guy is not an Akan. Wow. I see. All right. So but ono when Nakani be it is our Muhammad or NDC no. Say no. Obisa Kabore say. Yes, Kabore say se binini sia wo mampoa. Undi bin ka say or no yes David. Or say so ya kan ka sechrefo. Ya kan ka control because
the patcho busan one question man answer na me dey be mama bi mu pay.
Baumia use microphone.
Yeah, Baumia letter now or tray no. Sa questions of the man former vice president. Yeah. Ni Nyankopon the print brain no. What I say? We all position Baumia trans and all this questions come vice presidential candidate. Yeah, no one baby. It's a question simple na what the year enyan baby koi. And you behind this for no to one. To am to be question. And I question omo to be enye ye. Omo to question from we so be asem. And this for me say omo nya bi bia no be ka kire omo so nya bi. We can now want to say University of Ghana all the universities are lectures of Momo and DC phone or more beach NPP phone. So be an Casada, who can say phone casa. There be a phone casa, but a machi casa, penaco for Samaba. ti mo so mo ntwa letter bi yan crop for mo buta mo question be ye me da
anyway all right
we need something on your page. I think say, Commander, this one I agree with you.
No,
there are certain things we need to organize lectures. Explain things.
Oh, Kawari, for me, the entire Kasa ni biwa, I say wo Kasa bebre no. Me ma se baby a free air banner. Any boni omo di omo ye hu ye no. Any ekwaye person this for the omo fashion no. Eya omo nye no. Se ye no na etete ye. But maybe and I know maybe list to do go and catch a list to as ye high and watch this for no enti because as o kasa bebre as o unu nyansa do o me ofa kofi bu achi Kwabena as dey me kwa na nim nyansa bi say that was there we ofa ajibi for na door so so it seems that because me baby I wo me from Asante Mampong any party a wo ma ye hu ye ke bonefo sem ne propaganda ne nkwase asem a uyi omo free mu enye yi. So sometimes some of us yem to me share say ai wanya de we obeba be you say you wanya ni say obeba be you say you. So sometimes ya na anyway that's it so omo nya
Commander
ebia ma me fa ma enwe sisi na minimum rounding up ma me mbo quick credit investment for abaso oman for mo agebosia na omo de abobra no ene omu di adanse pa ni tua no so enye kitikiti enye ya bia womu mesori ahomachi no nu mebo dan e ma fedi na ohwiri from pumam there be quick credit and investment microcredit limited simen kancho unhia requirement din bia no aka say the ohia ne Ghana card ya checho ye Ghana ni simple una okro o say from 005 96920833 on sabet me account. Give us Herbal Center and only give us GC capsules aba GC mixture power capsules cool capsules and a herbal mixture the woman a ma homeka pa a power capsules no e mema munumbi e ma ne de no so ehia na ne titru ni de eye cool capsules a wo say entrawo e ma constipation any cocoa endokro won say o. Give us say the ice drink water aba. Give us ice drink water from 10506851135. Na mamenka floral tissue once a mention way. Say eneno the a floral disposable handkerchiefs aba. And the a facial tissue aba. The toilet roll aba. Multi-purpose towels aba. Napkins impo na umpu yamped day. Mamenka a Greenfield Scientific Bar Clinic. Woman at the bright soja capsules, bright garlic plus capsules, about on some bua nadwani top choco. Top choco spread. Yeah, the Fabrudumu and I feel so top choco 3-in-1. You know, so about Tabia Herbal Center at the Tabia Herbal Mixture, Tabia Herbal capsules. About woman de Sayariaudo. So, yeah, boy, 2 minutes.
Do 2 minutes. Yeah. I'm a point of law because when you say
well, we have the necessary minutes to go.
When you say one semi brother, me the man seminar now. A summon so I made in nam.
You're boss.
Yes. I know that baby. I know she can cry. Let me say sometimes there are certain things we should look at it. But me by here, my be home kabori, my who say, sema what they are to join also, here, but as a matter of fact, simple and short, my advice is one. NDC for no mom waye, ya dranabano, Bobie, wouldn't need power GA because baby, I journey free bano. I quite say, let me come. It's very important.
No, hold on. Where your discussions that we can discuss it another time.
No, of course, I understand. Please. I understand. This discussion has cropped by. That is why I'm saying it. Because baby, it's as if also say we have the same thing. say as if you are one of them Ansah too much or something like that.
No,
within the party.
No, you see,
yes, me myself gonna say one. I'm coming to plead with the NDC that they should change their MPs. Number two, that they should change their MPs. Almost yes, that is what I'm only advising, including my constituency. I'm an opinion leader in my constituency and a very big man because I'm an imam in the constituency. In my constituency, including my constituency, almost inside because we are relying on NDC now. You know, as people, as Ghanaians, as Zongo, we are relying on NDC as a rescuer. So I have to say it. Yes, I have to say it. Listen, of course, time will come for it. Me, but had definitely. So 30 seconds. I was saying, I
have just 5 minutes to go and
I have finished. When I was some year, I rescue here. But the next time also so you the one I call you Baba so because you need be a call. Someone can
no, but Kojo himself may come at the worker. I mean, a general concern that the way
this year's a best to cry better. Because you need be a call.
You need be a call to do billion. Okay, sir, not put the credit, man. As the BIA canon is by law, your mama is not the leader of the NDC.
Yeah, of course.
Your mama is contesting to be elected flag bearer of NDC.
Yeah.
Now, or no, and every MPs. No, my. And you know what can. Now, me matter that.
Your party no.
Now, but I'm coming in Kabori. By your party constitution,
yes, every sitting former president is a member of Council of Elders.
Exactly.
And it's a party where maybe a Council of Elders member, so it wasn't about
you don't get
every member of Council of Elders.
If you have allowed me to land, you would have understood where I'm coming from. This is a former president who is contesting from what central region and he has to calm down and come and meet MPs because Obi anya na djuma. Enyo no and so ofre MPs ni omokasa. There's party leadership of which
now also Ubo should be about law.
It was a top up.
And law no legally John Mahama ebia se oka se ejuma awoye no nka onhwe so nye na ejuma na leader. But when you talk about law,
can Kabore or NDC so executive?
Yeah.
Or 2 minutes of a frame pieces now,
no, but per the party constitution, a former president, or a member of the council
of president who have decided to run
the constitution. Please go and read the party's constitution.
Good. The party you want to read party constitution. Why are you speaking
the party constitution? No, the party constitution never mentioned say a former president running for. No, or say a former president, and John Mahama is a former president, and in that matter, he falls into that category.
Wait.
As a member of a council of elders, so and among the council of elders, so we be on to me. We are part of the council of elders. Your person can't say. Finito.
You are rewriting the rules. So as a member, he called them in his capacity as a member.
He did not call them.
Who called them?
The party called them. Yes. Minim said John Mama. Hold on. John said John Mama issue statement. I will be there. Say issue statement. Any and offer woman. The party called them. Where public now.
Oh no, these are internal issues.
No, and they say don't get any party headers. Ever from when just on the bomb.
Oh, but you are saying you are saying that it was a party that called. But what we know, John Mama and from.
No.
That's what I know.
Okay.
Unless you have a contrary opinion.
Contrary opinion make it yourself.
The party called them.
Now watch your baby. You don't have any statement to buttress your point.
Where they met, decided tells you who called the meeting.
The where is not even relevant.
No, the where is not relevant. Omeka sasa we massage me time.
You.
Nyame kwa banyina se tini nye. That is the long and short of what I'm saying, but you people don't want to understand. Tini nye, the job must come in. Anyana Juma. That is what I'm telling you. Anyana Juma so be track campaigns so be share MPs. Because you don't have the lobbying skills. You don't have the ability to talk to the people. So we have John Mama Nabe. That is what I'm telling you. Kabari come ya Ekosi said Haruna leadership. It was fantastic. The Tintin in Tetiano. All the Nema Omar reject under Haruna.
It's under minority.
No,
Haruna was the leader.
No, let's say it's under.
Haruna was the leader. He was a minority leader.
But the question is, you ask yourself, you say, Haruna Eddie, how long Ansah and Niema way or Mutimia rejected?
And how long?
You need to work. You see, when you are making the analysis, you need to deal with timing.
When I am going to
then I said, with your Ogasavi news on Tienu,
me see. Ask
yourself, when you buy what you say, 3 months. Huh? Haruna do so buy 3 months, no one way in a see. I mean, come on.
So what are we talking
Let's lose logic.
Yeah, logic is say. Yeah, we say well quite or come yan or see a minority na baso. Young acknowledge so my bibi.
And I'm single leaders out.
You didn't single. I'm telling you, say those things you talked about. It happened under somebody as a leader. Is that not true? Yeah. That is true.
So give the same leadership 6-7 years, and you have the same response.
Nobody is talking about how long somebody should stay there. Yeah, you can say that. And to the moment by Ninano, Sanet, and to the Tintin in Tetia, Muwe Dumaye Wufi. NDC, you have a whole lot of work to do. Sa Ayimunganinu, Adosu, Bugaro.
Ayimugani.
Ayimugani.
Okay, I get you.
Montra de una munya
kamudia. Minute wa mamedi. Woni ma den dia enne. Na kum yet menya balls. It be babonti because I this nya 55 say Ghana for adwene. What ma say? Wo call we STC. Sata mom papa ya onye ba bi koi. Ni amadonko. Ejuma ko bo STC ho ye hwam wo call ye car say wo pododo ni mpo nyina abreak wo ntima anya wo hwe. NDC ko to papas of parliament ndi. Wo hu se ene ayi akumiyeti ma babontin enya boss ebe kan bibi send this in your party an alternative for say timi dia mututu because enya effective because of the parliament nti kakumiya ni amadon kokoko ye adwuma papa SCC hwede wa kototo papa so na SCC ni pampa mfrubium ba ni amadon kota mo for SCC ani ye ma drinks ye ma bibia enya de ketwa na wa ba ye ka se SCC aka be say 8. All right, okay, so that's it live on Accra 100.5 Citizen Show, and you back Accra, Kawore, Pacho, you will watch Pacho, you will watch Pacho. All right, okay, so thank you. Hey, yeah, where Grand also, okay, watch now, Mamine Dr. Bright Oko, CEO Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic, and Kodin Komo. Doc, Akwawa.
Yo, Bobie Ansah ni wotie.
Pacho Bokode.
Mutie enka ewo Accra FM 100.5 Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic. Yenka na uti se ene enyumrei uti kemu anase uwo fie baby bia wo bia no Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic. Yena yeba opono. Then I had to train come outside on stream. Obi baby say Greenfield, a dear Namoye, Greenfield, I are Sabia, I had a habama, a former drew, a baby drew, and I had a share Yare Arobe Duri. Yare to say stroke, I am the Dwayari. Nan saying the Paduana na Etenya or how Donicasem, and I say medically, you can say non-communicable disease. You can non-communicable disease, and Yarawa, and Yarawa Estani. Until what would you Obi was stroke, and on chest, wow, Ubena, Ubenedi. If I do not, Jenny said, Obi was stroke, or Chibeno, and no or shadow, ɔtene ho no ɔmana ayaretwa a obenya saa ayare bi mesrɛ ɛnti saa nti wo a wowɔ stroke a wokasa ɛntumi mɛyie wofa no adwodwo ɔnan no wo nsa no ayɛ sisiri a wontumi ɛmfa ma biribi mu wosɔ adeɛ mu sɛ wɔretwerɛ a na wo nsa no ɛwoso so wonante a na wodendɛndendɛn obi te akyi ɔbɛka sɛ adɛn wakɔwe bia anaasɛ waborɔ stroke nsusuansoɔ no anaasɛ signs and symptoms no ebi nie wowɔ hɔ na wofa woti fa no edwae wo ɛpae wo ɛma w'ani nyinaa nkɔsua no ayɛ kɔɔ mesrɛ wo ne nyinaa yɛ saa stroke signs and symptoms ne bi wo a wotie mi sɛ stroke yareɛ no na ɛhaw anaa ɔdɔfoɔ bi na ɛtetee no wadamfo bi na ebi tetee no a bɔmmɔde no akyerɛ n'akyi kwan ɛwɔ Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic ɛwɔ Nungwa Adegono last stop wɔn nso a wɔda so tie mi ɛyɛ nkabɔne ɛna ɛwɔ wɔn mu sɛ nkabɔne nti ntumi ɛnkɔ nipa ntɛm nkabɔne nti baabi a nipa doɔ abɔ kyenku no wɔde awudu hɔ a na obiara ɛde n'ani akyerɛ baabi foforɔ sɛ yɛ nkabɔne ɛyɛ fɛ bad breath anaasɛ halitosis a ɛyɛ Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic saa bɛpɛɛpɛ na ɛyɛ awoɔ mu nsɛm ɛna ɛyɛ diwunya waware bɛyɛ mfeɛ dodoɔ yɛ anyi nsɛm ma ɔbaa ɛnwo a anaa ɔbaa wɔ awoɔ mu haw a ɔtɛ wu ne ntɛm na bɛrima wɔ awoɔ mu haw a